Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 9 of the 2019 MotoOption SX Series, live here on Start Your Systems TV. We are in Atlanta, and this is going to be a fantastic night of racing. I'm joined, as always, by the 2012 250 East SX champion, Mark Zeidler. Mark, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. I'm excited for this night of racing. We got a barn burner ahead of us here this evening. And as mentioned, we are in Atlanta at the halfway point of the season, which also means it is our first 250 East-West showdown of the year. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The best riders from the East and West coming together and facing off against each other here this evening. We'll take you guys through a running of where everybody qualified here in just a moment, but let me get loaded into game before I do that. And all right, let's take a look at those qualifying times right now. If I can.
Cody Dara in 31st. It's all your fault, Kellen.
I know. I jinxed Cody Dar, and he ended up 41st. But fastest qualifier in the 450 class this evening was the number 19 machine of Jeremy Siebold, 49.007, just edging defending champion Alexis Leclerc on a 49.015. And just ahead of that, Reyes Carlin finishing up in third and qualifying on a 49.039. So our top three qualifiers separated by 3/100ths of a second. That is how close it is.
You see that close of a grouping at the top of the field.
I'm kind of shocked by that already. That is, I'm blown away whether to believe that that's just going to give us some close racing tonight, or if really these guys have already figured out this track. I mean, speaking of the track, Mark, what do you think for this kind of a round? Technical or fast and easy? Where do you see it going this weekend?
I think it's a great track. Everything seems built well. Whoops are fun. I'm going to go with a really good racing track. We're going to see how the lines work out. I know there's some options out there, but not that this track is built a little differently. I like this style of track better. I feel like it's built more off of the blueprint and less off of how people think it should ride. I think in past weeks we've seen a couple tracks built a specific way where they were trying to force rhythm lanes, and this one is just kind of built and then let the riders figure it out.
Yeah, indeed. It looks like it's given some guys some trouble so far, at least from what I've seen, figuring out that first rhythm lane, trying to get the on, off, and then do the triple doubles. We just saw the rider on screen go ahead and do that. I think that's Josh Williams riding around. But taking a quick look at our 250 West qualifiers tonight. 250 West and East both qualifying in different groups tonight. Walter Gebhardt on the number 13. Your fastest qualifier. We saw Gebhardt pick up a win in the 450 division 3 weeks ago now, I believe in Minneapolis was when he picked that one up, and sits atop the timesheets in West qualifying on a 50.9. Looking at the 250 East standings, it was Ethan Howell on a 50.5, so actually edging out Gebhardt's fastest lap time there to go to the top of the timesheets, and just beating out Tyler Lang, Eaglin, Leitzel, and our points leader, Isaiah Dickerson, was 6th fastest. If I remember right, our 250 West points leader, Craig Richards, yeah, he was 4th fastest on a 51.5. So we're going to see these guys each get split up into 2 heat races to start off the evening of racing. And they're going to get us going here in just a moment. But in the meantime, we'll watch old Nathan Nickerson take us around this track here in Atlanta. Now, Mark, I know thinking back to your days of winning that title in 2012, I'm almost certain that the 250 East-West Showdown in your day was not a points-paying race. Am I right with that?
I do not recall if it paid points. It was just the one round in Vegas, and I know it didn't matter. I already had it wrapped up. I don't remember. That's why I don't remember if it paid points or not. I know I still wanted to win it, though.
Yeah. Well, if you can think switching your mindset into where these guys maybe are coming into tonight, obviously those West guys have had a few weeks off from this 250 racing. Some of them have gone up and raced the 450 class, and then these East guys coming in hot and heavy. If you could pick a coast from what we've seen so far this year that you think is going to be kind of the shine-through coast, the dominant coast this evening, do you have a favorite?
I'm going to go with the West Coast. I'd expect a West Coast rider to win.
All right, well, we'll take a look at those West Coast riders coming up here in just a moment. Of course, Craig Richards, your points leader, talked about Gebhardt going fastest qualifier, the winner at our last round in the West Series, which was back at San Diego, round number 5 overall of the series, not only for the West guys, but for the 450 class as well, was Braden Carter, and Carter ended up going second fastest this evening on a 51.093, so Carter's trying to pick up right where he left off and maybe double down with race victories, technically speaking, in back-to-back rounds here this evening if he can hold it off. Now, as mentioned, Mark, we spoke about how that 250 East-West Showdown, whether it was for points or not, it was at the end of the season, so all of these guys, even the West guys, kind of have this one thrown like right into the middle of their championship, and that's maybe the biggest opportunity for some of these other guys that have had some troubles early on in the series to get some points back against our points leaders, Craig Richards and Isaiah Dickerson. Now, in your personal opinion, do you see something like that happening tonight? Do you see a big shift in points, or is our points leader still going to shine through?
There's definitely potential for it, but I think a lot of these guys do race together all the time anyways, so I wouldn't expect to see any wild shift in points, although there are more points to be gained or lost, I guess, based on the deeper field. Gosh, that was tough to say.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Essentially, these races are scored completely as just one race. I know that I believe at one point in the past, maybe not in Supercross, but I think maybe in MXGP when they used to have super finals, they would divvy out points individually to the riders. I know that also happened at the Motocross the Nation. So, like, for example, if the West guys go 1, 2, 3, and then an East guy finishes 4th, it used to be that the East guy would get those max points for his coast, but that is not what is going to happen tonight. So, if you have a scenario, say for example a 250 East guy wins the main event and then 5 250 West guys get in between him and the next rider, he's going to gain a lot of points towards his competitors because there is so many points being scored in the middle of all that none of them are going to those East guys.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I said in fewer words.
Expanding, Mark, we're trying to kill time here.
Well, hey, I mean, if we want to kill time here, sorry, I'm trying to set my graphics right now in the game. I'd like to ask the chat, or even YouTube viewers down the line here, what are your takes on the track? Would you rather see the track built in a realistic manner where we just kind of, the blueprint is followed? Or would you rather see the track built to ride realistic in the game? Just opinions on that. No right or wrong answer, obviously.
Yeah,
I think honestly there's a lot of time wasted in trying to format the tracks to ride a certain way where you should just build it. And I think part of the spectacle is seeing how big the riders can go in the game riding a realistic track. I think it's interesting to me.
Well, I think if we can carry over that logic that you're speaking about to other games, I know for a fact that I am not a fan of them forcing rhythms in that new Monster Energy Supercross 2 video game. It just feels very unnatural when they have a blueprint to base the track off of, and what they did in real life on those tracks because it's based off the 2018 series, but you go to play it and you try to triple into a section because you have a huge drive, but the takeoff is very, very small and you just get no drive, and then the next jump pitches you really high. It just kind of, in my opinion, ruins the flow. Now, I'm indifferent on what you're talking about here with basing the track strictly off the blueprint, not changing anything up. But as you said, maybe we want to get a little bit more opinions on what you guys think about that. This track definitely seems to suit more of the blueprint, as you said. So it'll be really cool to hear what people have to say about that one.
Yeah, like I said, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just something to talk about. I think seeing the bigger lines being pulled in the game adds interest as far as the esports aspect of it goes. For me, it would be more.
And
more interesting.
I kind of think that we can almost draw maybe like some different conclusions from tonight about racing. Like, are we going to see better or worse racing based on the way that the track was built? Like if it's built more specifically to just the blueprint, do we see closer racing because these guys are doing things that, aren't as kind of sketchy in some spots, or, because they're trying to like hit a bigger line that maybe isn't, like as easy to do, like because they have a smaller lip to take off of or something along those lines. For example, last week I remember I was doing some practice with the SYS Racing guys before the night show, and in the split rhythm lane, you could actually triple quad through it if you were willing to try. Obviously,
yeah, but then it was just like it sent you sky high.
No, but I'm saying like they tried to tone that down and like send, you know, like you said, kind of put like a wall in the middle of the rhythm lane to kind of split it up. So that's what I'm saying is that line could work, but it didn't. And now we'll see tonight. Maybe there's lines that in real life these guys won't do. Maybe, for example, down the left side of the track where Nickerson's going through here, I saw a couple guys actually going double quad in that rhythm lane. Down the left side of the track, and I tend to believe that's going to be an impossible line in real life, but maybe so that these guys can figure it out and make some passes using a line like that. I don't know. I just like to see a little bit of difference, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I do. I understand where the track creators are coming from with trying to create a track that rides a certain way and changing the rhythms. I mean, we've seen some great rhythm sections work out, you know, where they could race side by side, and you never really could figure out which rhythm lane worked better, or maybe there was a risky one that you could gain some time but also lose a lot.
Right.
I do like that as well. Like it's all a trade-off, you know. There's a middle ground there that's probably, you know, what everyone's looking for.
Yeah, well, I feel like overall we've just seen, you know, back from the days even you raced, the tracks have changed and developed so much from JLV making the tracks and them being, you know, a little smaller scale, a little slicker. Those I always felt were maybe built a little bit closer to the blueprints than the ones that the Race Factory guys usually build. But then Race Factory comes around, they make the kind of more rounded off jumps, and the rhythms are like maybe a little bit more technical than JLV's because it's not, you know, the transitions are a little bit peakier in some spots and things like that. So we've just seen such a change in development that the way that these guys have to ride too has given like a whole new element of challenge and technicality to the game in the last maybe 3-4 years alone.
Yeah, definitely. These tracks are much more technical than the JLV tracks, we'll call them. They're funner. I enjoy the added challenge of actually, you know, having to get down into the pocket between the jumps. Stuff like that.
Agreed. Well, we've been watching Nickerson putting some laps down here as we wait for Jeremy Cohenauer, the race host here, to get those scripts organized. Big shout out, Modified 51 for the tier 1 subs, subscribing for 2 months. I appreciate it, man. That is so awesome of you. Love everybody that subscribes to the channel. Of course, there's always a donation link in the description below if you guys want to do that. You can also donate them biddies, and that's always some good times. I do also see that you guys keep mentioning bringing Chase Blakely into the booth. I mean, if he wants to come in for these 250 heats, I'm not against it, but I don't know if he has the Discord or anything along those lines.
He was just crying that he didn't. I mean, saying that he didn't.
Oh.
Did I say that?
Crying that he didn't, saying that he didn't.
Has there been a lineup, a UID grab yet?
No, I haven't seen one yet.
I saw some discussion in the chat that Walter Gebhardt was in the top 15 in 450 points, which would make him not eligible for the 250 class. I should probably go pull that up, take a peek.
Interesting. Yeah,
standings.
I mean, he definitely is top 15 in points. I believe he is 7th in points, if I'm not mistaken.
8th,
okay. Yeah, so he's right up in the mix there to the degree, as you said, he shouldn't... I mean, I don't know how heavily that rule has been applied, though, this year. I feel like I remember them saying at one point they were going to let top 15 riders drop down and race the 250 coasts. But I don't know whether or not that's holding true tonight. Obviously, it looks like we're still kind of waiting to get things underway, so... Go ahead and spin a lap or two on the track and show it from a third person's perspective as we've been seeing Nickerson riding around.
That was pretty painful to watch.
What?
Nickerson riding around.
Yeah, lovable Nate guy. Nickerson's an awesome dude. He's put a lot of work into the sidebar thing that you're going to see on the stream here in just a moment. So big shout out to Nickerson for getting that done. But his sim skills have been lacking. I remember, I want to say it was like 15 outdoors or something along those lines that he showed up and raced every consi that year and finished last in every consolation race. So he never made it into the motos, but he was he was definitely going for it every week, trying to make it in. He kept getting in last, but good to see him out there at least trying it. Holy cannolis! Brian Haskell, they call me Brian, gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Look at all these guys getting tier 1 subs up in here. We got S Drew 338, Emoto Stick, Crazy Dog Boy, Varrock Live, YZMXer 608, who should have been a sub in the first place, Park Dog 191, MX Master 46, Andy Bondo 1, Rigid, and Static KX 3. Wow. Brian, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I mean, you could have walked upstairs and handed me a $20 bill, but you could also just give donations and chat like that, so that's really cool. I appreciate it, man. Starting off the night right. I like it. Yeah, I need to get the SYS emote. I have 2 emotes that are semi-made. I just haven't put them in the stream chat abilities yet. But that will come soon, I promise. One of them is Mark's head. And Mark,
nice.
we
That's
know how nice your face looks in that beanie with those cut-off sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good picture. Sorry, I'm typing.
Alrighty then.
What do we got here? We got Cody Dar coming in, talk about his qualifying effort. How'd that go for you, Cody, tonight?
Oh, well, I had very high hopes. Very, very high hopes. Only to be let down.
You know, Dar, I feel like it's really all my fault just because I kind of jinxed it.
I'm not going to say anything.
He's moving on.
You've had a rough time the past few streams. I'll let it go.
Okay, all right. All right, well, we're joined here by Cody Dar, and he has just missed out, I believe, on the night show. Did they officially grab UIDs and you did not make it officially, or?
Yes, I officially did not make it.
Come on, Dar. Feels bad, man. Of all the nights, it's a showdown. There's less people signed up in 450. There's only 42 entries in 450s, Dar.
Yeah.
And you qualified 41st.
Yeah.
Cody Dar. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm almost.
He's just in disbelief right now.
I'm almost surprised. I almost want to ask you how you do it, man, because it's impressive. Like, the streak is just very impressive.
You know, in all seriousness,
Well, I did have a very good friend. I mean, he told me earlier today, he's like, dude, you got no problem, man. There's only 30-some entries. It's like, you know, just going on about, like, how I have no worries. I rode good. I actually put in a decent lap, and, yeah, I don't know. Everyone...
I mean, you can blame Kellen all you want, Cody, but I did hear you cocking off about I was supposed to keep tabs on who was the worst SYS rider, you or Nate, so I'm pretty sure you brought this evil on yourself.
All right, enough of that business. It's time to go racing here in Hot Atlanta. 250 West Heat, number 1 on the gate, and they are off and running. Out of the gate, 31 inside. Richards has a good jump, but he's getting out-dragged out of the middle by Massart and Mullins. Down the inside, Gebhardt, hole shot. Fastest qualifier out front.
Guess he is allowed to race.
Yeah, like I said, I was almost certain that they were letting guys drop down, at least for the East, from 450 class that were in top 15. So looks like they're letting Gebhardt go here right behind him. Richards there in the 2 spot, running that red plate. Only top 9 going through out of this one to the East-West showdown. All other runners will go to a combined last chance qualifier that we'll see later on in the evening. But right now, it's that 250 West class out on track for their heat race, and it's all led by Walter Gebhardt as he brings us down to complete lap number 1.
Being backed up right now by Craig Richards, points leader extraordinaire. He's followed by Jonathan Hughes. Craig Richards taking a little detour there through the sand. I guess sand got the best of him.
And he was stuck on the wall. I think he still is. He's still stuck on the wall. Richards completely stuck sideways on the face of the up. Oh, and he gets into the side of, I think that's Robert Wilson getting up the hill.
Yeah, that's going to be a protest for sure.
Richards still has not gotten going. He was second, and he's now finding himself in 19th. Oh, my. That would be huge if our points leader can't make it out of this heat race.
It's just a heat race, though. I don't know. It is 20 best guys already, right?
Yeah, because if he doesn't make it out of this, he has to go to that combined LCQ where again he'll meet basically the 10th to 20th best riders on both coasts. And that's going to be pretty wild to see. And here it is, Gebhardt still out front. Jonathan Hughes running in the 2 spot now. Devin Ryan giving chase in 3rd, right on his heels. Massart, Gonzalez, Solis. Braden Carter peeking down the inside here of Solis going into the rhythm lane. Carter's going to get it done. Looks like Devin Ryan was off the track before the Supercross triple. He's going to get on right there ahead of Hunter Porch and hold the position. Kevin Gonzalez also here in the mix. Porch stuffs Gonzalez, makes the move. Go back up and take a look at Braden Carter, your second fastest qualifier going through the whoops here. He is up to 4th, ran a 53.6 last time, now runs a 52.5. It looks like he's trying to run down Massart ahead of him. So on board here with Carter, putting down the heaters, trying to close up on our 3rd place rider, Andrew Massart, on that number 223 machine. Interesting to see these guys going down left side. Oh, Carter dumps the front end before the whoops, and he's upside down in the berm, going to get passed by several riders. Gonzalez is going to be the last one to go through here. Carter's going to fight back and get Gonzalez right back, though. All right, so now Carter drifts back to the 7th spot. Gonzalez is in 8th, and Wilcox is currently holding down 9th. Richards in 12th, not too far back.
Great recovery so far from Richard. Let's see if he can keep her together the rest of the main event, or heat race.
For these guys, it's practically a main. It's all the best guys.
It's as stacked as a main event. Which is why this is great to watch.
Right, and it's kind of impressive that Richards was able to make it this far forward already. I mean, this is about the halfway point, just past the halfway point of the heat. Still has some work to do to get in, but I really thought after being in 19th and being stuck on the wall for so long, he wouldn't have gotten here this quickly.
Right there with you. He has closed in on the group of riders that he needs to catch and pass. All 3 of these riders in front of him are for position.
Yeah,
Wilcox.
Wilcox.
He needs to get all 3 of them on track here. We'll see.
Oh, Wilcox
keep it upright.
was sideways in the whoops, crossed over Dale Mullins, and oh my goodness! Wiley almost gets into Mullins as all 3 of them going over the finish line nearly side by side. Richards just trying to avoid the chaos at this point.
Yeah, he needs to wait this one out. Plenty of time left here for him.
Wiley trying to sneak down the inside, lands off the side of the over-under. Mullins has to spring wide, and look at Wilcox now getting back into the mix. Oh, a little mistake from Wilcox going to cost him the rhythm lane here. Richards tripling to his inside.
Got him.
Woo. This is tight action here. And look at Wiley and Mullins still going at it for the final transfer spot. Richards now peeks his nose in there on Dale Mullins, trying to get a little closer. A couple of Australian riders here battling for the 10th spot.
Not the spot they want to be battling for.
Not at all. Mullins getting the huckabuck in the whoops. Allows Richards through into 10th. Now he needs to get around Whiteley, and he is onto the main if he can hold that position.
Look at the lines developing through the sand section. Looks brutal already after just a handful of laps here in this heat race. JLV needs to get to work on.
And Whiteley's down.
Mistake we were looking for. And Mullins also dropped it in the same rhythm lane. That's going to give Craig Richards some breathing room.
Oh, and freaking Wilcox absolutely sent it dirty on the triple. We got another rider down right there. That appears to be a lapped rider, though, going a lap down already. So Richards now in a fairly decent position here if he can stay on 2 wheels, although he just OJ'd that triple. Fortunate not to go off the bike. Devin Ryan ahead of him, then Carter, Porch, Gonzalez, Solis, Massart, Hughes, all the way up to your race leader, Walter Gebhardt working the final lap here of the first 250 heat race, the West heat race here in the
Dominant
Showdown.
ride here in this heat race. I've noticed some different rhythm lines already developing.
Yeah, Gebhardt looks really good here tonight. He's going right to the main event out of the heat race. Walter Gebhardt wins 250 heat number 1 in Atlanta. Dominating
Super
fashion.
realistic.
I know
Line
that
over the finish line.
over table, double into the finish gap. What did he do there? Jump on top of the bridge from, from
Just
the finish
legs
lane?
off, yeah. No.
Yeah. So behind him, it was Hughes, Massart, Gonzalez trying to hold off in the 4 spot from Porch. And he is going to do that just fine. Carter back here in the 6th spot. Solis goes through in 7th. Ryan has 8th on lock. And Richards through the whoops. Your points leader going in.
Able to salvage a transfer position after that terrible mistake first lap in the sand section. Chase is waiting to be drug, Kellen, and I can't move into the private channel to tell anyone to drag him.
You should. Or do you not have admin? Damn.
No.
I swear I gave it to you. All right. I will move him. Well, right now we just had cuts come in. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Brian Haskell, for moving Chase Blakely. Chase Blakely, welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
It's going. I think we're doing a little bit better than you tonight. You got to be a little bit bummed about the penalty.
Your race list put Richards in 19th. I was like, there's no way he's that far back.
No,
It's just a good time.
I think occasionally it glitches because so many guys ahead of him, like, technically finished the race despite being a lap down. So it just, like, automatically seeds those lap down riders ahead of him because they finished the race before him, technically speaking.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he did.
Don't ignore the question, though, Chase. I asked you. How do you feel about the penalty? Wow, this is very entertaining.
Well, let's talk about Shaq's perspective of this week's track. I just gotta say, I really like how the section before the whoops, it has a split jump in the middle of the rhythm section. It kind of just like throws off the rhythm a little bit. I just think that's pretty cool.
You like the split jump there, you said? Sorry, I was reading something else.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a cool feature for the track. You know, instead of having the split jump in the beginning or at the end of a rhythm section, it's just in the middle, kind of breaking up the rhythm a little bit. I just think it's cool.
Now,
Go ahead.
Now, in your experience as a 2-time MX Simulator SX champion, Brian, which line do you prefer?
Well, I haven't actually played the track yet, so can't comment.
Well, that is just A+.
I did notice that Walter
right there, I'll tell you
Gebhardt
what.
winning that heat race by 10 seconds was one of the few riders using the outside.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I think we're going to see lines develop as the night goes on based on how much it erodes because that left side might get a lip in it and those guys might get kicked. We saw Richards go a little long on the triple single. Some guys on the 450s may end up quadding.
So the next person who donates $10 or more to the stream via subscription, I will rush up a bottle of alcoholic beverage to Kellen and force him to chug it.
Oh, jeez. What are you doing to me?
Hang on. How many bottles can you bring?
By the way,
Because I feel like you're going to
For
get a lot
every
of donations.
for every $10 donation, I bring a bottle.
Kellen, you are in trouble.
I would like to thank Nathan Nickerson for the Tier 1 subscription, 2-month subscription. Really appreciate it, Nate. And also Astro for the Twitch Prime sub. So thanks, buddy. All you guys coming in hot with the subscriptions tonight. I like it. Especially Brian, because he's just out here gifting subs.
And bottles of beer, too, Kellen.
It just
bottles
keeps
of beer.
going.
Just spreading the love. That's all.
I can tell.
I'm like a retired Chad Reed who retired
man,
like 5 years
Subs
ago.
are rolling in right now.
I see that. The real Ice Cube and the processor 328 all jumping in with Twitch Prime subs, man. You guys are so rad. I love you guys.
Is that like a clever play on Gary Bailey's nickname?
The professor.
Because it's MX Sim? Yeah, the processor. That's a
I
good one,
never
right?
thought of that. That's a really good one. Oh
Your
man,
boy Dury, I think you just click the sub button, and then it gives you the option to gift them. Or you can just buy one for yourself as well.
all right, time for this 250 East heat race action. Second heat race on the night. Only top 9 going out of this one. We're gonna find out who's going into the showdown right now in the East Division. It's time to go racing once again in Atlanta. Ooh, lots of guys hitting the gate. Look at Heckman.
Heckman, what a start!
Drag
Getting
race.
out drag though.
Who's that? Hubbard? Hubbard into
Yeah,
the
that
corner
is Hubbard.
first. And holds it. Hole shot. Jacob Hubbard.
Big
Busting
start. He's
out a
already
rhythm
got
lane.
3 bike lengths.
Ooh, look at Lang going down the inside. Almost gets into the back of Hubbard, who throws absolute sauce on the Supercross triple.
Wow.
Upside down and leading this thing as he's trying
That
to
was
get down the
filthy.
straightaway. Lang giving chase. Heckman, Mills, Holmes, Lana, Eagland, all right here in the mix. Look at this freight train going through the whoops right now. Guys splitting lines. Holmes getting passed right now by Lana as they go into the finish line. Now Heckman making the move on Lang around the outside in the sand.
That sand's going to get tricky after a while in these main events.
Yeah, we saw it break down in that first heat race. Some guys kind of swerving out and then cutting back down to that inside line. Some guys railing all the way around the outside of it like we saw Heckman just do.
Yeah, it's a really interesting line, isn't it? The cut down line. I don't think I would have thought of that, even as a 2-time champ.
How did you even win those titles, Brian, without logic like that? Come on.
Well, there weren't nearly.
Oh,
as many
Isaiah and
fast
Logan
guys.
hit each other off the triple. They both went down.
Uh-oh, that's not good for your points leader. Wow. Buried back here is the red plate holder, Isaiah
back.
Dickerson. Currently holds down 18th spot, and you can see upper right-hand corner of your screen, all those little dots are actual riders on the track, so 9th place pretty much landing the finish line jump right now. Dickerson has a lot of work ahead of him, much more than Richards did.
Yeah, this is a splitting image of the previous race we just saw in Situation.
Almost a repeat.
Dickerson going around the outside of Brandon Holmes. Just right now trying to follow the number 20 machine up there.
This is where it gets scary. It's where the nerves start kicking in.
It seems like they're going through people like butter, though, because so many guys are off the track. Up to 15th already.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, I say, just sense it, dude.
Oh, nearly gets into the side of Eagland onto the start straight. Really tight action here. And this is just battling for 14th. Oh, Eagland with a huge yard sale right side of your screen going down. Gets Dickerson up to 13th. Dickerson trying to get up here onto the back of Roy Mitchell on the 270. Oh, dualies!
Oh, my God.
Where's your drink, Helen?
Oh, man, I don't have vodka out tonight. I have beer. I'm drinking beer. Look at this. Dickerson slicing through the field. Now ends up ahead of Mitchell, who almost went through the front door right there.
Deco latched on the back Isaiah. Looks like he's got to stay with him if he wants to go to the front.
So Dickerson's got to get to Hollenbeck, Howell, and then Fugler if he wants to go through. Man, the field is already so spread out up here.
Yeah, 9th to 8th is already gapped pretty good.
Still Hubbard leading this thing, though, on the 42 SPR ride.
Shout out to
Whole shot.
Hubbard.
I know, he's out here just cruising with the lead after getting the whole shot.
Heckman, too. Wow, 2nd place. Getting after it.
Let's not forget Jacob Hubbard, the versus PC one to watch 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think he finally broke the curse. It's like the Sports Illustrated cover curse. He doesn't like being the VPC guy.
The Madden cover.
Or the Madden cover, yeah.
Let's not forget Alex Heckman. He's a SYS rider.
I don't worry, he'll choke in the main.
Oh. All right, now he's doing a really good job holding down that 2nd position. Good start, just like Hubbard. And sticking with him. Got around Lang and pretty much just gapped him. Meanwhile, Lang under attack from OG Daniel Mills. Danny boy, UID 21 out here. Putting the pressure on.
Yo, how is D-Mills so good at this game?
Dude, blows my mind.
Dude,
You know what the trick is?
D-Mills, you gotta drive like 2 hours south and give me some MX Simulator training.
Just tell him to meet you at Paula.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
dude.
you go.
If you could just set up your laptops on the back of your truck at Paula and shred motos.
Yeah, it's a way to kill time while my bike's charging.
Oh, here we go.
For
Hey,
someone
I
that
already
doesn't
have the-
play, he rips.
I already have the
Finally, he admits
generator.
Oh, Lang
Plug her in.
Uh-oh.
almost went down in the rhythm lane. Mills goes through, as does Cross, and Lang gets going back in the 5 spot now. Then,
Oh, Isaiah's down.
Dickerson down off the track after the U-turn after the Supercross triple there, coming down the start straight. Oh, he is panicking here. He slides out, loses another spot. Leitzel going through.
We're gonna start getting to the moment where he starts sending it, folks.
Look at Roy Mitchell coming down the inside. Dickerson squares him off, turned on a dime and left a nickel change in that corner. Trying to put the pressure on Leitzel. A couple race winners this year already.
Shout out to my boy Logan Leitzel, looking fresh tonight, shredding that outside.
Oh, here we go.
Getting
They're
in
up
the
to
mix
10th
here.
and 12th here. Josh Williams also in this battle.
This
Three
might get
very fast
sketchy.
riders going for it.
Look at Dickerson from off the track. Ooh.
Oh. He's gonna start pushing this issue.
Leitzel cases the triple, loses 2 spots just like that. Here is your final transfer spot just ahead of them as well.
God, I would not want to be Edward or Garrett Hollenbeck right now.
Oh, 100%. That's the worst spot. You got the shakes going
I
on.
think they're a
over
little
there.
too far out of reach.
Here, you just got the 3 fastest guys in your class closing in on you right now.
Oh, Williams,
wow.
what a
Flag.
save.
Here we go.
There we go. It's sender time, boys.
Hollenbeck, Mora, Williams, Dickerson, Leitzel,
Oh.
Eagland, all in it with a shot. Look at this freight train for the final transfer spot right
This
now.
gonna be crazy, boys.
How is Hollenbeck even riding right now? I would just be dropping the controller. I'd be shaking so
Oh,
bad.
Mora messes up. Oh, Williams
Oh,
trying
he's
to
a
go
little wide on
across.
entry.
Oh, Dickerson
Isaiah.
slides it down. Head up front real fast to watch this battle for the win. Zoa Cross and Alex Heckman. It's going to be Zoa Cross coming across the line. Wins heat number 2. Back to that battle.
Oh, Fugler just getting up from a crash. Going to
Isaiah
get mixed up
down.
in this as well.
Oh, no.
Hollenbeck jumps to the inside of him. Has
Piled
to check up and wait.
Oh, is
Now
Josh gonna
Williams.
get him?
Gets him out on the
Williams
inside.
sending
of
it
the
down the
whoops.
inside. Oh, he blows him. Look at Mora cutting underneath. Doesn't get there. It's going to be Williams' final
Wow.
transfer spot.
What a
Oh,
heat
my
race,
goodness.
boys.
What a race.
Unbelievable racing. That was sick.
Oh my gosh, Hollenbeck leaving the door wide open and not
Eddie
squaring it off
disconnects.
either.
About halfway down those whoops, yeah, he should have been closing that door, and he just went straight.
Oh man, there's an LCQ, right?
Yeah, all these guys going to the LCQ.
Oh.
Dickerson, your points leader in the East in the LCQ, along with Eagland, Hollenbeck. Mora got Williams on cuts.
No way. That's
Williams
so
had 0.75 cuts, and he just got around him. Wow.
This LCQ is going to be insane.
Yeah, Branson,
Hollenbeck-
Weitzel, Oliver, Copeland, Mitchell, Holmes.
pretty
Jeez.
stacked.
Hollenbeck rode so solid that last lap. He had to check up just a little bit as Fugler was getting up from a crash in front of him. It really cost him the position in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved to see Garrett make it.
Well, he still has a chance. That LCQ.
I always got one more.
As mentioned, that LCQ is going to be absolutely insane this evening. All right, 450 heat race action coming up next. Kellen Brower in the booth, joined along with 250 East champion back in 2012, Mark Zeidler, 2-time MX Simulator SX champion in 2010 and 2011, Brian Haskell, and former series winner, race winner, I should say, Chase Blakely, also joining us in the booth tonight. Glad to have everybody here.
Oh, yeah. Much appreciated, guys, for having me.
We're going to have some epic 450 heat race action coming up live here on the stream right now.
Shout out all the kids in the RF or the Race Factory chat. Start Your Systems chat for having me come in here. I wasn't thinking about doing it, but they kept talking to me into it.
So Chase, is it you that's into the motocross photography and whatnot?
I do a little bit here and there.
I think you're thinking of Donovan.
Probably.
Yes.
More like film stuff's all done event, but I took photos here and there.
Okay.
Spencer Turley in this heat race, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all we need to pay attention to in this one for sure.
That was the 450 heat race 1 lineup check. Brought to you by Race Tech.
As long as Turley wins the mental game, that's all that really matters here tonight, as Donut would say.
It's definitely winning the fan game.
Yes. Living in the galaxy, loving every minute of it.
Dude, yes. I do love the
Buttery
Galaxy.
14 with the 100 biddies. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Glad everybody is in here having a lovely time tonight. Round number 9 of Race Factory Gaming SX. Live on SYS TV. It is 450 heat number 1 loading into the gate right now. Just like those 250 heats. Top 9 going through the rest of the LCQ. Let's find out who it's going to be right now live on SYS TV. Ooh, a lot of guys jumping the gate. Siebold looks like he may have got the
Spencer
best
Turley with
jump.
a great jump.
Turley from the
That was a really
outside.
long gate drop.
Turley, gets into Chase Donovan, and Turley literally going to the Galaxy out of turn 1. It's Siebold with the whole shot down the inside, and quads in, going quad right off the side of the track.
Is that the heat race? Was that like it?
Yeah, this is a heat
Yeah,
side.
this is
Donovan
the
just went quad on first lap. What a savage.
Whoa, Donovan sending it down the inside of Tiberino there. It is a mad dash early on.
Food's ready.
Sounds like somebody's taquitos are done.
Taquitos are
How did you know?
It's Siebold, Donovan, Tiberino, Carlin, Speck, Honeywell, Landry, Mitchell, Fry, Holm, Reed, Fjellberg, Cohenauer, Deering, Parks, Andrade, Baird, Dupuis, Prokop, and Spencer Turley. All the way back there, man. A rough start for the Turley mobile.
I haven't seen that name in a while. Dade Honeywell?
Races pretty much every week, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was here. I know he was here last week. Pass for second going on right now. Dominic Tiberino making the move on Sally Slow-Mo, Chase Donovan.
Zach Dupuis back there in 17th, really proving how bad he wants to enter the vet class.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys stamping their vet class tickets in this series this year. Couple different rhythm lanes, and they both end up working pretty similar there. Donovan going outside. Oh, big swap, and down he goes. Oh, and he gets
he
into
hits
Carlin.
That was
Carlin.
an awesome pirouette.
Yeah, Carlin did a really interesting, like,
Don't see a lot of
12
rear tire pirouettes.
12 o'clock boys to, like, 180 fakie out. That was very interesting.
Think there was any arm swag involved?
I'm sure there was definitely some arm swag involved.
The 3-digit battle for 9th is pretty crazy.
Holy cow, look at all these guys in here.
Dennis
now-
Fjellberg.
Ooh, Deering up short there as Donovan continues to hold this transfer spot. Fjellberg now goes through into, just went into 9th, I should say. I think Cohenauer went down. Fjellberg, Parks, Deering, Reed, Fry, Cohenauer, Mitchell, Bear, Dupuis. Look at all this. This is just an absolute freight train.
And some serious fast guys in that train.
Another rider down before the, well, actually was going backwards across the finish line, it looks like. So it's Fjellberg in that final transfer spot, but one mistake and he's going back to about 19th spot. That's how close everybody is here. Donovan's actually closing it down onto Benny Landry right now. Donovan's feeling the flow on that 251.
Oh, race
GX3. Carlin down after the Supercross triple. Going to lose the spot to Fjellberg. That puts Parks into the final transfer with Deering right on his heels.
Power down.
Oh man, rough heat race for those MB Films riders. Split options. Deering going down the inside of Parks. Gets him. Final transfer spot changed. Ash Deering takes over the final spot. Parks trying to square him off before the finish line.
This is going to be a good battle. I see it.
Ooh, Deering a super scrub over the finish. Parks going to Tad Long. And this freight train is still kind of clumped together, but now it's a battle going forwards as Fjellberg cases the tunnel jump and Deering goes around him. They push up onto the back of the 144 machine of Benny Landry as Parks continues to lurk in that 10 spot. And Deering lands on the back of... Oh, and then Parks plows Deering and slicing through it all is Mitchell, and a front end lock sends Deering down. Wow. All right, so that moves the number 6 machine of Colton Mitchell to the final transfer spot, but he almost getting together there with Benny Landry. Oh, and now gets together with Benny Landry, and Mitchell's down and off the bike. That's going to promote Christian Reed into the final transfer spot. Ethan Parks, Zach Dupuis, Ash Deering, Colton Mitchell, Zach Prokop, and Spencer Turley all giving chase right now.
Just watch Turley's bike. Does it have a rear spring in it?
I don't believe so. I think he's using that
earth-shattering stuff. Ryan Dungey air shock.
No, I believe he went to the moon and he's using some space technology.
He's got the moon gravity hack in.
Yeah, moon gravity.
It looks like a slinky.
Trying to give Prokop, Mitchell chase them down. Deering, Dupuis up here, and Parks. They're all pushing up to Christian Reed. This battle for the final transfer starting to heat back up as Parks closing it down.
Well, Parks has got him right here. He's got the drive.
Oh, man.
Over the finish
Setting
line.
him up.
Does he go outside and just rail? He's going to try.
Dives
Squares
inside.
off.
This inside's been quicker.
Inside rut, side by side, over the tunnel jump, and Parks gets the position. Oh, but loses the front wheel and gets into him, and he's off the bike.
Wow.
What in the
I think
world?
Mitchell gets him. I think Mitchell's going to put in a few good laps right here to probably get him.
Yeah, and behind Mitchell is a freight train. Christian Reed is absolutely...
Doesn't matter. Mitchell's game is going to crash anyways.
Reed is pooping his jorts right now as there's a bit of a gangbang going on in that corner back there.
Reed off the side of the track.
And here goes Mitchell with the quad into the corner. He's the quad father.
Prokop just rode out that. Oh, are you kidding me?
All right, so Mitchell into that final transfer spot, looking froggy fresh right now. Man, how about Chase Donovan? He has gone nothing but forward since crashing out of second. Staying right there with Benny Landry, a couple riders down in the rhythm lane. Lappers, though. And up front, battle for the lead still going on. Dade Honeywell versus Seabold. Oh! Seabold puts him on the ground to make the pass for the lead and brings it down to the finish line to take the win. 450 heat number 1 belongs to Jeremy Seabold. Honeywell comes across the line in second. He seems stoked about it, though. He's all right. Tipperino third. Donovan up to 4th. Fjellberg in 5th. Adam Holm looks like he's got 6th on lock. 7th for Caden Speck, 8th for Benny Landry, and Mitchell, if his game doesn't crash, is going to the main event tonight in 9th. And his game didn't crash. 9th for Mitchell, going to the main. Prokop, Reed, Turley, Dupuis, Deering, Cohenauer, Carlin, Parks, Andrade, Bear, Fry, all missing out, having to go to that last chance qualifier.
All right. Two out of 2 SYS riders made it to that main event.
You mean the LCQ?
What?
What?
Yeah, 2 out of 2 SYS riders made it to the LCQ.
I think
I don't get it.
you just said 2 out of 2 SYS riders made it to the main event.
I think he's going to debate that.
What is happening, Brian? Are
I
you
got
okay?
a feeling.
Are you having a stroke, Brian? Do I need to come down there?
Have you been slamming beers?
We're all sitting here waiting. Like we're gonna get an answer.
Hold on a sec. Wasn't that the heat race?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And isn't it top 9?
Yeah.
And didn't Park and Dupuis get top 9?
No.
What?
Did you watch the same race as us?
What are you watching? What is happening?
Classic Shaq.
And he does. There's still nothing.
No explanation. He's just gonna
I
ride
think
it
they
out.
finished like.
Must be that awesome sidebar that you got going on
I
there.
thought you were watching in the server.
But they weren't even there in the sidebar.
Are you not in the server, Brian?
No, that sidebar showed them. I don't know. I guess it was flipped.
Dude, skip back. There's no way.
No, I'm not in the server. I'm just watching the stream. And since you literally live 40 feet on top of me, the latency is minimal. So I can still announce while watching the stream. It's great.
I don't know if the
Alright.
distance between you has anything to do with it, because it has to go to the server and then back to you anyways.
No, the server's between us. It's literally
Oh.
on the second
Oh,
floor.
yeah, Twitch is
Yeah.
located on the second floor of your apartment building.
Boy, wouldn't that be nice?
Phew.
Oh, Tyson Presquez with the warm-up hole shot. That's nice. What I like to see. Someone need to sponsor this guy a computer or what?
Dude, he's back ripping. Sick to see.
You know, I'm genuinely concerned for Brian's health and well-being right now. I feel like I need to go down there. And he has me all kinds of shook. Like, we just announced the top 9 verbally, and he goes,
He's been slamming-
Dupuy and Parks making it in, huh?
He's been slamming beers for all the subs that he said he was going to make you
I
slam
guess,
beers for.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got selfish.
You're selling fish now?
Your what hurts?
Who we got
Gotta
for
sell
picks
some
in the
fish.
seat? I'm going Tyson.
Uh,
Versus
I,
one
uh,
to watch?
I got Leclerc whole shot.
I got one to watch. Tyson Fresquez.
We'll watch him on the start then, because I know the fans in chat love seeing the old 4-time champ back out here. 450 heat number 2 at Atlanta. Let's drop that gate. Drag race into the corner.
Oh, no
Leclerc.
whole shot for Leclerc.
No, Leclerc getting pinched, and Fresquez gets to the corner first. Does he hold it around the inside? Yes, he does. Whole shot.
JSP
Tyson
called it.
Fresquez.
Let's go. Come on, Tyson. Let's go.
Did I not
Everybody's
call
cheering for you, Tyson. You're doing great.
it? He's the people's champ at this point.
100%.
Yeah, he doesn't wear a shark fin on his helmet, though.
Well, I mean, Tyson might be one of the nicest people in game, seriously. He takes everything so chill. Even in his championship years, never really took the game way too serious or anything along those lines. So I'm with you on the people's champ. But here comes Jeremy Shipley, old rivals, battling it out
these
here.
two entered the game together, basically, at the
Yeah.
same time.
You might say they had an MXM love affair.
No, that was someone different MX Sim rider.
Okay. And these two battling it out. These two battling it out here for the lead. It's a complete throwback to 2012 right now. These guys battling it out for race victories back then.
No. Not yet. More like 2013.
What are you talking
Shipley
about?
down.
I am
Shipley down.
really confused. I think you had a stroke too, Mark.
Why? No.
Because Shipley won literally
Oh, yeah,
3
yeah,
of the
yeah.
first
I'm off
6
by a beer.
rounds in 2012.
Sorry, dude. I got like 3/4 of a beer in me. Okay, cut me
Okay,
some
okay,
slack.
yeah.
3/4 of it.
That was the first year of 450s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's what started my decline.
Yeah, you didn't
Should've
even win a
stuck
race.
the lights
Oh, no,
class.
you won Atlanta in your championship defense that year.
Oh!
I
Devin
don't
Davis
even
is
think
going
I
for the kill on
qualified round
Leclerc.
one that year.
Yeah, you didn't qualify at the opener.
Yeah, that was dicey.
That's dicey. Would you sign up under the wrong UID?
I had to go to. I had to go out and seek some therapy after that one.
Did you clean a lot of teeth too?
Tyson's starting to gap him.
Cleaned a lot of plates.
Yeah. Tyler Schmidt looking like Michael Wheeler holding it down in second right now.
Is this a throwback heat race or what?
I know, it's really weird.
All we need is Sabrina Ritzler.
Who used to be
No,
number
we need
24?
is Simon Lenko.
I don't remember who OG24 was.
Me either.
Oh,
Janice
Tyson
to
down with the
inside.
lead. Oh, and Schmitty, Werben, Jaegerman, Jensen gets into him.
OG on OG crime.
So now it's Janice leading Leclerc.
So
And-
I believe Tyson runs first person,
Oh, Shipley
right?
down.
Yeah, Really, most of these guys run first person these days. It's a very first person heavy game these days.
What a bunch of idiots.
I don't think a third person player has won a title since Zach in 13.
Wow. Did not know that.
Wow, look at Janice and Fresquez both going down on the Supercross triple, and that's going to allow points leader Jack Haley into the mix as he's now putting the pressure on Janice. Also, Jeremy Smith in here. So we've got basically all of our championship favorites in one heat race. Top 4 in the championship all together in this heat.
Can we go back to that first person, third person thing again?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Does that mean Zach is technically the fastest third person rider in the game?
No, not now, no. Adam Holm is third person.
Oh, so we almost, if it wasn't for a last corner takeout
Leclerc doesn't
desperation,
play third.
BS move, we could have had a champion in third person last year.
Yeah, what is like the most picked choice for riders? Do you guys know?
I think
I don't
first
know what's
person.
stats on this. I really hate the stat keeping in RF gaming. It's terrible.
Yeah, they don't even keep stats for lap leaders. Really? No, Leclerc doesn't ride third. That's no.
No, he rides first.
No way.
I think someone needs to seek out an exclusive interview with Leclerc. Get his thoughts and feelings on the game.
How is it that he posts a billion videos of him just playing in first person, but he rides third now? What?
No. Wait, who said it? Someone said it?
Yeah, the guy. A lot of people in chat are saying he rides third.
Oh man, Manny sounds like he would know.
Yeah, I mean, I
teammate.
believe it's Manitou, so I believe him.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah,
Maybe
Wow,
he got-
I thought he was first person all the time.
I don't
Like
he-
seriously, playing third person, there'd be like a million times where I would get up alongside of someone and think that like I'm showing them a wheel, and they're not going to turn down into me, and they just drive like right into me. I'm like, what the hell, dude? He's like, oh, I never saw you. I'm like, what?
Does everyone see that G. Davis is in second?
Yes.
Yeah, he's crushing it right now, but he's got
The OG heat.
Jeremy Smith putting the pressure on.
Oh, not with that quad though. He ain't getting past him.
Nah. Oh, Davis. Oh, Davis. Oh, Davis. Oh, no. That crash has happened for about 8 minutes.
Haley down on the whoops as well.
Yeah.
Sabrina's
this,
just collecting
Sabrina.
spots.
No way. This is a throwback heat.
Oh, my gosh. If we get Shipley together, man, I'll tell you what.
Oh, we're gonna see some hot action on the track then.
Roy Mitchell in that 250 heat, not going through to the main event, is probably heated in the grandstands watching them race again.
Oh, I can't talk about Sabrina. I got a comment from Diana.
Oh, you were talking
Shut
trash and
down.
she didn't like it, huh?
Right now, it is Leclerc leading Smith, Davis, Ritzler, Haley, Young, Shipley, Holiak, Janice, and Schmidt.
Sabrina's good at the game. I don't understand any hate for her. I don't think I've ever told her I hated her or anything like that. She's a fierce competitor. She definitely gets heated and makes some aggressive moves.
I don't know what you mean by refresh the sidebar, Nate.
Looks like it's all cattywampus.
I mean, that means I have to open Race Factory and refresh it, which I don't have any way of doing that right now. And Leclerc is just starting to walk away from this heat race. Could this finally be the night? He breaks through and gets his first win of the year, defending his title.
He did say on the forums this week that he could get a win if he wanted to.
I saw that. That's pretty confident, huh?
So maybe tonight's the night that he wants a win.
G. Davis just got slammed by Jack Haley.
Well, I
Whoa! Are we watching? Did you see that line into the
think
sand?
Leclerc, yeah, hopping in
Yeah.
and sliding in the corner.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I think maybe the best thing going for Leclerc is this is the first race all year where he's dealing with the least amount of 250 class riders. I mean, everybody that is the top of the 250 class is racing their respective coasts this evening. So it's really just all the 450 guys grouped together, and not that I'm saying that the 250 guys are bad riders or anything like that, but maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable riding with these experienced 450 veterans, perhaps?
Just depth of field, I guess. Maybe he doesn't get as nervous. That
That's
there's
true.
so
Battle
many
right now
people.
for sixth.
Ooh, that
Chase
is a close
scoping out
one.
the battles for us.
Up front, though, Leclerc going to bring us home for the win here. 450 heat number 2 belongs to Alexis Leclerc. We'll go back to that battle for 6th, though.
That's 6th through 9th. Tyler Schmidt with the 10th position.
Janus
One
down.
down.
That'll put Schmidt into the final transfer.
That's not good for
Bummer.
Janus.
Matthias, man.
Fresquez outside the top 9 as well. After a great start in the heat race.
Oh, Schmidt. Oh, I thought he was going over the bars right there. Lapping Nathan Zaworski through the whoops one more time.
The best SYS rider in this heat race.
And Tyler Schmidt over the line, going to the main event. Look at Fresquez battling with Reno Brennan to the line. Fresquez ending up
Get that
10th.
10th. Yeah.
Brennan, Janus, Fowler, Sanders, Simos, West, Ohlert, Zaworski, Kunitz, Prevost. That was it. Let me see if I can, on Race Factory, open the streamer panel on this and refresh it, maybe? Nope, can't open it on my laptop. Alright, gotta try to do it here. You aren't seeing this, people. You aren't seeing this.
Nobody's seeing this.
They're
Top
not
secret.
seeing this. I tried to refresh it. Still showing the results the same way, though. Huh. I mean, what could I do? Hey, what can I do?
Oh, I love that song.
You got a favorite sim rider, Kellen? You're being asked.
Well, if I pick favorites, everybody else will hate me, so...
I believe it's
Go-
Spencer Turley,
No.
so just deal with it, guys.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to go put my YS shirt on.
Okay. Man, we have a full house in chat for the LCQ right now. Chase Blakely, and now Moto Agogo joining us, along with Mark Zeidler and Brian Haskell. Moto, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Lovely. These LCQs are going to be lit, fam.
These are gonna get rowdy. There's some rippers in these LCQs.
Tell you what's getting lit. This nice and tight press box we're sitting in with 5 guys in hot Atlanta.
Yeah,
Think of
there
the
you
hand
go.
jobs that are could be going down right now. Sorry, that was a little racy.
Yeah, we're pushing the envelope now.
Yeah, I'll stop. Like I said, man, I got a whole beer in me now, so
Man, and I used to be known for not being able to hold my alcohol.
Oof.
come on now.
K2B.
Bradley Schmidt in chat, man. Funny guy.
All right, this LCQ is going to be really good to watch, though, because there's a lot of heavy hitters in this 250 LCQ that need to make it into this East-West showdown, particularly our East points leader, Isaiah Dickerson, not making it through out of that one. He's got to go top 4 in this one. What do you guys think? Can he do it?
It's going to be stacked, as you said, though. We got Leitzel out here as well. We have, quite a few that it's going to be a battle to the end. I'm excited. Is all I got to say.
Can I wait till after the first lap to put my vote in?
No.
I don't think that's how betting works usually. So
So
I'm gonna go no.
I'm going with Leitzel qualifying. I'm going to say 3rd place.
Okay, and what about Dickerson, our points leader?
I think he'll just scrape by, get the last chance. The last
Ooh.
lap.
Ooh, 4th, huh?
Ooh.
That's hard to say.
Racy. How about Josh Williams? Proverbial. bleh.
England?
I'm not even going to go for it. Josh Williams, who usually qualifies really well.
Yeah, top 3 in points are in the LCQ, as mentioned in chat. This is going to be epic to watch, and we're about to find out who
Here
is
we
going to
go.
make it and who will not. It is time for the 250 LCQ live on SYS TV at the Showdown in Atlanta.
Dickerson's got to get a start.
Has to.
Let's see, not a bad one. Pretty good jump. Can he control it? It's Eagland and him. Dickerson gets to the corner first, shuts the door, gets
Not
to the
bad.
corner first, and has the whole shot.
Leitzel
right
also
there, too.
top 5 coming out of the first corner.
Maybe the best case scenario for all of our guys that all the fast guys started up front. So they can maybe freight train away together and not have to deal with all the chaos going on behind them. Dalton Plessinger separates now Leitzel from that final transfer spot on the 333 machine.
This has probably been asked a million times. Any relation to Aaron?
Yeah, I believe it's his brother, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Oh, leader. I'm sorry, second
Josh
down.
Williams.
Yeah, stacked up in the corner. We all know Aaron plays MX Simulator, so I think it just runs in the family.
Dalton's been getting fast, like quick though. Like he's been picking up speed very fast.
Yeah, putting the pressure here on Eaglin now for the 2 ride. Could be the spoiler in this 4 group of championship contenders.
Speaking of Dalton getting right on the back of Colby right there in the corner, I thought they were going to come together, but just that little bit.
So right now, Dickerson leads. He is your points leader. Eaglin sits in second. He is third in the points. Then we got Dalton Plessinger getting into the mix here in third. Leitzel running in fourth is actually second in the championship, and Williams running in fifth is sixth in the championship. So basically, a lot of our title contenders all just trying to get into the main event out of the LCQ, and only 4 spots to do it. And Plessinger right now is really being that spoiler. Oh, and he gets into Leitzel.
Leitzel.
Oh, Leitzel's going to have to go back to work. Going around the outside of him was Kamar Glover, but Leitzel hangs on to the position for now. So Leitzel trying to run down Josh Williams. Plessinger still just holding down a strong third.
And Cote, that was also battling up into this bubble, goes down in the corner.
Keeping pressure on Eagland is Plessinger up front, though. Our points leader and race leader, Isaiah Dickerson, just needs to get this thing into the main event tonight. Doesn't want to lose those crucial championship points. Doing a good job leading this LCQ at the moment. Eaglin, Plessinger, Williams off the track. Here comes Leitzel. Battle for fourth brewing. Final transfer spot
might
on
get
offer.
good.
Here we go.
On board Leitzel here as we watch Williams ahead of him.
Get fast through these whoops.
I'd say they both seem to have the exact same speed going through this section, just not really catching any time on them yet.
Man, I'm very impressed right now with Dalton Plessinger just holding it down in the midst of all these championship contenders. No phase whatsoever in this.
His lap times are great too. Right where he needs to be.
You can tell Leitzel's riding hard. Put a 52.3 down last time by. 53.5 for Williams, but a 52.7 for Plessinger.
He's about to run out of time.
Yeah, the white flag gonna be waving next time by.
Talking about pistachios in chat.
Dalton needs to get that rhythm figured out.
All right, I think Isaiah Dickerson is going to transfer out of this. Pretty confident.
Plessinger has a lot of heat on him right now, though, by Williams. We'll see what happens here.
If Dickerson falls, I mean, he'll be right there with Leitzel, basically.
Oh, Josh got company.
Ooh, Leitzel cased the over-under and almost went down. Williams putting all kinds of pressure right now onto Dalton Plessinger. Leitzel second in the championship standings, in very much danger of missing out here this evening. Oh, riders down. Those are a couple of lappers. Oh, and Leitzel getting balked by them a little bit.
Oh,
It's costly.
Man, Josh is all over Dalton, making more mistakes the closer he gets.
Oh,
Dalton
There it
whooping
is.
out that
Lights gonna
rhythm
get by.
Williams off
Leitzel
the track.
gonna try to square
No,
him up.
he's
It's
not.
gonna come down to the whoops. He's getting the
Oh, he
huckabucks.
gets a hop.
Williams trying to hang on. Leitzel's trying to rip the corner. Look at him!
Oh,
They're driving to the line. It's Williams
wow.
by
No,
.07.
Williams lost the heat race transfer to Cuts. Let's
He
not forget,
did.
and we did just see him
Let's
off the
see
side
how
of the
Cuts
track.
go.
That is true.
Yeah, Cuts is gonna be huge. Agreed.
Oh my gosh, Leitzel got that thing really close, and he might
What a
still get
race.
it. Wow. Shout out Dalton Plessinger amongst all these championship contenders, finishing third, going to the main event in the showdown.
100% killed it, boy. That was sick.
Great race.
Dalton Plessinger showing these boys a little something.
So it's unofficially Dickerson, Eagland, Plessinger, Williams to the main. Leitzel just outside looking in. We're waiting on those cuts to come in. And Williams actually,
It is!
Plessinger gets bumped.
What?
Plessinger back to fifth, 2.03 seconds of cuts.
Oh, got done dirty.
Oh my.
That's crazy.
Drop an F in chat for Dalton Plessinger.
We need to drop an F in chat for Dalton Plessinger. Definitely. That is unbelievable. I can't believe
That's
he rode
crazy.
such a good race. Oh, man.
And just as stacked 450 coming up here soon as
I
well.
know, right? This is, wow. That LCQ alone, though, just the racing in it was really good. Those guys all so tight, so close together. And now all of those guys, basically all of our championship contenders, going to start dead last, like way on the outside of the gate. Oh, man, this is going to be an epic 250 East-West showdown.
Yep, agreed.
Gonna be an
3
epic
MV Films
450
riders.
LCQ.
It's like they all should make it. They're all pretty good rippers. Matthias, Konauer, Race.
Galaxy's in here, you know, everybody.
Pretty much. I mean, what else did you need to know?
Well, we're just
I
I see that Casey Ohlert picked up a new sponsorship this week. Taylor Swift coming on board.
attaboy.
August Sanders in here. He's better than you at MX Simulator.
Tyson.
Look like the Scooty gang up in chat right now, too, by the way. Shout out to Scooty Puff Jr.
Scooty, are we doing marbles after this? I got a date I gotta keep sort of, but I can play marbles too maybe.
Can anybody confirm whether or not the leaderboard is like, did it bug out that last race? I didn't actually pay
I
attention.
believe Nate said in chat that it was a red plate update, so we would only have. Must have been the 450 red plate thingamajigger.
Yeah. It bugged a little bit from what I saw.
bugged. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks bugged like after the race finishes. It starts getting screwy.
Well, I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm put it large screen on mine this time. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If it's really bad still, then I have the alternate display box to use still too. So
Oh, Spencer Turley with a much better gate pick for the LCQ. Expect big things out of him on this start.
Good things.
Yes. Hey, you know what? At least I can tell you who transferred out of the heat race.
Hey, if we had a working leaderboard.
all right, 450 LCQ time from Atlanta. Who's going to the main as the gate is down? Fresquez another
Tyson
good
again.
start. Wheelies down the start straight. Gets to the corner first. Whole shot. Tyson Fresquez out front. Konauer right there in the mix. Misses the rhythm lane though.
Oh, and he
big
comes
Oh,
Turley. What
man.
a jerk!
Oh!
Turley
big
down.
carnage.
Zaworski down. Everybody
What does he have, like a
and
leg
their
switch that he
mother
can just hit
down.
riders and knock them over and ride away? This
So-
is favoritism by Race Factory Gaming.
Janice, Konauer, Deering, Sanders, Andrade, Kunitz, Carlin, Prokop. So can Fresquez go to the main event here in Atlanta, leading here early on in the LCQ? Gotta do 4 minutes and a lap.
Jordan looking pretty solid right now, but possibly Sanders as well, battling with Andrade as well as Carlin. Little stacked pack right behind our bubble. Oh, as we say that, looks like Carlin goes down as well.
Yeah, Andrade down in that rhythm lane too. Here comes Prokop. T-Fry also getting into the mix. Ah, Fry goes down though. It's really kind of opening up here rather quickly. Not a lot of guys in a position to challenge at the moment. As looks like Prokop going to go around Andrade, and Andrade goes down.
Top 4 battling as of right now, which is interesting.
And Deering putting the pressure here on Cohenauer for the 3 spot. Shout out Mr. Chuckle74 with a Twitch Prime sub. Thanks, my dude. Yeah, top 4 definitely have separated. Maybe the closest battle going on right now is Janice putting the pressure on Fresquez for the lead. But these guys, they really just got to stay calm here. They have a 4-second gap, I should say, on August Sanders. Deering to Sanders is 4 seconds. Fresquez front end drops in the sand, I should say. Cohenauer trying to go on the outside.
Carlin going around as well by Sanders by a big mistake.
Oh, Fresquez
wow.
and Deering. Wow, that was... Maybe Fresquez didn't know he was there. I'm not sure what the heck that was. But Deering,
That was a little
absolute yard
much.
sale. So Carlin now into the final transfer spot. That's big for Race. And speaking of Race, the Racer Rat 66 with a Twitch Prime sub in chat. Thanks,
Boom.
buddy. Good
Man,
old
everyone must
racist
be getting their
rat.
tax returns back. Hitting everyone with them Twitch subs.
Those $5 subs. Thanks, guys.
So things have calmed down a bit. Janice, Cohenauer. Back to Fresquez here in 3rd. And now Carlin in 4th. And then the OG of the OGest, August Sanders, UID number 2. The only guy with the lower UID is the game creator, and Sanders holding it down right now, trying to get in and not be just short. Doesn't want to talk to Moser this week.
That's pretty much every week. You know, I've been watching Sanders here because I have a close personal connection with him, and he is frickin' sketchy out there.
He's a hazard or what?
I don't know if he's a hazard. He's not like cross jumping everywhere, but like, just watch him for like a half a lap, dude. Every rhythm section is an adventure.
A little squirrely.
Pretty sure he's hit a few trees in his lifetime.
The low blow. So white flag is out here in the 450 LCQ. Sanders trying to close it down on Race Carlin. Carlin, for what it's worth, also putting pressure on Tyson Fresquez for 3rd. So these two just need to stay on 2 wheels, not get into each other, and they should hold off August Sanders no problem, but that's always easier said than done in MX Simulator.
It's a definite slight against August Sanders.
Oh, Janice with a big mistake, too.
Yeah.
Cohenauer is going to go by for the lead.
Couple MV Films guys deciding who wants to win this one out front. They're doing some
Race
rock,
is
paper,
down.
scissors. Oh, Carlin down in the rhythm lane. Here comes
Here
Sanders.
comes August Sanders.
Up front, Cohenauer wins.
The sketchiness kicks in. Can he make it to the finish line?
Final corner, August Sanders going to the
He
main
just
event in
made-
Atlanta. Prokop out, Carlin out. Parks, Fowler, Brennan, Deering, Simos, Bear, Turley, Andrade, West, Ollert, Fry, Reed, Zaworski, Kunitz, all out. You know, I didn't see Zach Dupuis start this one, so he must have... Oh, no, there he is. Okay. So Dupuis ending up in 9th out of this one. Yeah, the leaderboard bugged again. I'm going to have to go ahead and change it back to our old overlay, but that's fine because now that the LCQs are over, we have just 2 more overlays to use.
Well, fantastic racing in the LCQ. Thank you guys again for always having me. You guys have a good night.
Thank you, Moto. Have a great night, buddy.
Later, Moto.
All right. Time to get some more action underway here in just a moment. Main event's coming up, the 250 East-West Showdown. And our expert panel here, we'll toss it around the horn a little bit here. Chase Blakely, who have you got in this East-West Showdown?
Dude, I don't know. There's so many fast guys. Because Isaiah just looked insanely great in that LCQ.
Yeah,
So
in
it's
that
hard to say.
LCQ. Listen to what you're saying, bro.
I know. It's hard to choose.
That guy that won the LCQ was really ripping.
Well, Mark, who do you believe's got it tonight then?
I like Craig Richards, man. He's been solid every race he's been in this year.
Craig Richards and Brian Haskell, got a pick? Brian Haskell.
Is there no Craig Leake tonight? Did we lose Craig Leake?
He is actually not here tonight.
Oh,
Craig Leake, the other BPC rider, not representing out there.
yeah. Well, there's only one Craig in the main event. That kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, we can't talk about the Craigs anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
He had
for
a
what
business trip.
business trip, huh? That's what they're calling it these days.
That's what they're
Yep.
calling it. His mom wouldn't let him on the computer.
Well, I have a tough time betting against Walter Gebhardt tonight, but I'm going to go Braden Carter. I think Braden Carter's got this
Ooh.
win. Looked solid in San Diego, coming through the field, taking the win there. He looked pretty good in his heat race despite a crash in turn 1. I think if he gets a start, I got Braden Carter. All right. Time for the 250 East-West Showdown in Hotlanta.
You didn't even pick Heckman, man? Your own team guy?
I mean, you put it pretty well earlier in the heat race tonight, Mark. I just don't really want to say it.
You can't say it because you're choking on something, huh?
What? No.
No?
No.
Okay. Not like
I'll
that.
be the first to tell him he's off the team if he does something stupid. So
He's off the team if he rides backwards down the whoop section and hits the leader. When he's 2 laps down, he's off the team, huh?
yeah.
I feel like that's pretty specific, but it's also very possible. Oh, look at this in chat from Skids McGee. Craig Leake, butterfly collector. It's interesting, isn't it?
Craig Leake is a butterfly collector, huh?
Yeah.
So he's like SpongeBob, but like in real life.
Mhm.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's a fun hobby.
Does he have a starfish that he goes and catches a butterfly?
So, do you collect caterpillars and then wait for them to become butterflies, or do you wait for them to be butterflies? I feel like it'd be a lot funner surprise if you picked up a caterpillar.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because it's on Big Daddy and it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
and then wait for like a surprise for what kind of butterfly comes out. And I assume that caterpillars are a lot easier to catch than butterflies. Not nearly as elusive.
All right. 250 main event coming up. Oh my goodness. I just saw Isaiah Dickerson absolutely clean out somebody in the background. I wasn't sure who that was. Maybe Hubbard? Did we pick a versus PC one to watch?
I'm not going
Negative.
to, man. Not
What's
advisable.
up, my dude?
All right, versus PC one to watch real quick. Let's take
Jonathan Hughes earned you a sub earlier.
All right, Jonathan Hughes, we're taking him, but it's time for the 250 East-West Showdown. Atlanta, drop that gate.
I'm going Andrew Massart.
Lang, big start out of the inside, out of the middle. It was Dickerson from the outside, too. Dickerson to the corner first. Dickerson, hole shots from the outside. Gebhardt in the mix as well.
Oh, Gebhardt making a mess of this first rhythm line, but able to hold on to it.
We also have Mills up at the front of the field. Massart in here. Eagland, Alana Solis. Man, how about Colby Eagland and Isaiah Dickerson from the outside? Ending up in the top 5 off the start. Dickerson a mistake. Here's Gebhardt looking outside. Squares him off down the left side of the whoops. And trying to make that pass. Oh, contact! Pass for the lead. Mills goes to the front.
D Mills, OG.
And Gebhardt shuts the door on Dickerson. So
I'm gonna
Mills
say
leads.
Isaiah does not let that happen. He's gonna fight back for it here.
No, this is going to be a feisty one.
Oh, D Mills.
Oh my goodness, Mills absolutely
Wow.
sideways. And back to the lead for Gebhardt. Yeah,
That's
I'm
risky.
not sure what's going on with the overlay right now.
Yeah, it's stuck on that last heat race results.
All right, we're just going no
Or else you
overlay for the rest of the night.
Oh, Isaiah.
Oh, he saved it.
Oh, D
Got it
Oh,
back in
Mills
for
down.
now.
Mills going
That
down.
escalated quickly.
Massart putting the pressure on Dickerson. Eagland in the mix. Solis, Porch, Richards. Mills gets up right ahead of Lang.
Gebhardt able to get a pretty nice gap through that confusion that happened at the end of the lap.
Yeah, he looks to be real solid right now. Fastest qualifier, just putting down the laps right now. So it's
How
Geb.
nasty. Go ahead,
Sorry.
Kellen.
I was gonna say, so it's Gebhardt leading Dickerson, Massart, Eagland, Solis, Porch, and then Richards, our other points leader of the series, Mills, Lang, Fugler, Leitzel, Ryan, Carter, Williams. Our versus PC one to watch, Jonathan Hughes, Alex Heckman, Zoa Cross, Austin Eklund, Ethan Howell, Jacob Hubbard, Kevin Gonzalez, Edward Mora, and that has been a very brief run through the field here right now. As Gebhardt continues to lead, Dickerson keeping him honest though. Take a look at the lap times, 51.7 to a 52.3, so Dickerson actually clawing off over half second, just that last lap alone.
Had a double in the middle of that first rhythm section last lap, cost him a little bit of time. Definitely our two leaders looking to set sail at the front of this right now. Putting in their laps early.
Whoa,
Waiting
Dickerson.
for Isaiah Dickerson to leg out.
A little blank.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
That was a little mistake. And a little western through that rhythm section.
Isaiah Dickerson must have been out in Tennessee this week doing some practice motors with Magic Man Kevin Thomas.
Was it Tennessee or Kentucky? Oh, did you see him rail the sand though?
Yeah, he did.
Made that sand his bitch.
Losing time though.
Yeah, well, that mistake in the rhythm lane there, I'm sure, cost him a little bit. Oh,
Oh my
that
gosh.
whip, though.
These guys are getting upside down on the
Good
triple.
little battle for 8th going on right now.
Yeah, there is. Look at Solis trying to get down the inside of Porch. Mills also in the mix. Solis with a Boner Air Leclerc as Mills gets upside down. Solis with
And
the
he
pass
can't
back
make
down
it
the
stick.
inside though.
But the whip was worth it.
The whip
whip
was
was
definitely
sick.
worth it.
At least someone is out there trying to get fans to watch, you know? Oh! Mistake out of Solace will allow Daniel Mills to cement his position as he struggles in the whoops here, guys. Getting kicked left and right and up and down. And
Taking a look
It's
at
ugly.
Lang in the whoops, and he was all out of shape too. So these guys are just trying to settle into that groove right now. Richards working on going forward. Maybe he can get up to Eagland.
man, Richards doesn't have the speed here. Maybe a little bit of jet lag, flying out to the East Coast. Not used to this, being a West Coast rider.
Especially being from Australia, I mean, it's really just so much further as well.
Very true, yeah.
Hunter Porch.
Whoa!
Top 5.
Don't check
Oh,
the leader.
payback. Hits him
Don't
again.
Don't check the leader.
Too bad checking the leader. It's Isaiah Dickerson. Points leader of the East back out front. Gebhardt trying to go back to work.
Looks like we missed a crash for Gebhardt, looking at the lap time.
Yeah, I got a
This
feeling
sort
that
of a tip
Gebhardt's
over?
going to slowly take away at Dickerson here.
Is he still doing this different lane, different rhythm lane through here? No, he's not. He's adapted to the other lanes. He was tripling into the corner in the heat race. One of the only riders I saw doing it all night, and he's adapted to the triple single into the corner. Since. I guess all that warm-up riding he's been doing must have learned something.
They matched each other's lap times last lap round.
Looks like Dickerson has made a mistake.
Yeah, this is starting to tighten up a little bit, and we just crested that halfway point of the race, creeping up towards the 8-minute mark. So it's Dickerson leading from Gebhardt. And those two have gotten away pretty quickly from the field here. And technically oh! Gebhardt loses the front end into the sand. Let's see, does he get up in front of Massard? He does by the looks of it.
Just
Just
barely.
barely, yeah. Sand is a tough spot to go down. No drive as Massard doesn't even get over the tunnel cleanly. And
Oh, and
Eaglin
Eaglin
lands
gets
on the
into
back of him. All right, I was about to say that we don't really have a coast to define Gebhardt since he hasn't raced any 250 Supercross this year. But as
That's
we
what I
stand,
thought.
as we
This
stand,
is completely weird.
it's east and then unknown, west, east, west, east. So
I thought Walter had done a couple rounds or so.
had he? I'm not even seeing him on the point standings for either coast. I know
Yeah, I
he's
thought he was
he's eighth in
450 guy every week.
he's eighth in 450 standings. He has one win, so he would have had to race at least quite a couple of the 450 rounds out west to still be eighth in points. Yeah, Dickerson's got a nice lead established now. Gebhardt's probably going to be a little bit more concerned with what's coming up from behind him here with Massert, Eaglin, Richards all kind of getting into the mix, because if he falls again, he's in danger of losing not one, but multiple positions. Shout out Scooty Puff Jr. and Donut MX, looking like they're bringing some raids into the chat right now. Stoked to see all y'all here. Ooh, as Eaglin's off the track, loses a spot to Richards, gets going right behind his teammate Lang. So the teammates battling it out. Here's Leitzel coming to the finish line right now. Just ahead of Braden Carter, Devin Ryan, Daniel Mills.
There's an outside line forming up in that sand that is just railable.
Yeah, these guys are just clicking it into second or third, just leaning over and going after
Like a
it.
Baywatch babe out there just looking to get railed.
Just laying her down.
I don't know if the Baywatch reference is going to work with this crowd, but it was like a TV show.
Yeah,
the
well,
beaches.
you know, Mark, honestly,
I'll approve.
I feel like Baywatch is one of those things that, like,
It's timeless.
well, it's timeless in that everybody knows it's basically just, like, you know, women in bikinis on the
Softcore porn.
beach. Yeah, like,
Sophomore.
people know what it was about at the very least, even if they didn't watch the show.
What do we got here? I don't know if a lot of riders have picked up on this hot outside line yet. See what D Mills does here. See, he's going to the inside. Maybe next lap. Yeah, Leitzel's been doing it consistently, railing around it. I think Dickerson out front has found it.
Looks like our closest battle right now looks to be Devin Ryan on the back of Braden Carter. Ryan trying to put the pressure on the 65 machine. Carter, after winning the main event in San Diego, riding for BPS, hopping teams at the showdown here to Ignite.
I feel like he's had one too many teams this year. Usually doesn't bode well for a championship run.
See these
Carter
guys.
the outside.
All these guys still kind of tucking inside. There's a few different lines developing on entry, but everybody seems to be just ripping the rest of the outside all the way through. And of course, that's only going to get a little bit more chewed up in these 450 races. The road value will go down, but there's more laps to be ran. These guys are still just tossing for the camera. A lot of these guys should have ran stickers on their drain plug because they're just getting...
Oh my God! There was a murder scene in the final corner for second position.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
It's all cleared up now, but there was a good 6 riders down in the final corner.
Walter got collected and Massart to second.
But it was
Oh
bad.
my goodness, is that...
That's a lapper.
Zoa Cross putting the beans on Andrew Massart right now. No chill. Here comes Solace, who is also a lap down.
No
And
respect at all
Gebhardt
out
jumping
here.
over top, lands on Massart, and they both are off the bike. Those lappers, I
Greg
feel like...
Richards into second.
Wow. Our 2
Making
points
a late
leaders.
run at it.
I have to imagine
Why
the
are
lappers
these
playing a
lappers
part there.
battling? Like, look at this. Look at Gunner. Running up people's insides. This is just crazy lappers.
Well, I mean, I think you answered your own question there. As Dickerson continuing in the lead. And now Richards in second, so our 2 points leaders
Massart
are...
just got screwed again. Look at that.
Wow, Massart has gone from second to 9th by the looks of it, maybe even worse. Look at Devin Ryan shooting down the inside of him as well. Leitzel's suddenly in the mix. This has really turned into a crazy race at the end here as Massart fighting back on Devin Ryan and now gets plowed by Devin Ryan.
Wow. Massart down again.
Reset things here for a second. It's Dickerson, Richards, Eagland up to 3rd, Lang 4th, Carter now 5th, Leitzel is 6th, Gebhardt has slotted back to 7th, Devin Ryan now 8th, Daniel Mills up to 9th, and Josh Williams inside of the top 10 now. Massart went from 2nd to 11th in basically a lap, and a lot of it had to do with lappers there. That was a bit ridiculous by those lappers racing him throughout.
Pick up 2 positions on that corner. As
Yeah.
he drives past the downed riders of, what was that, Williams and Gebhardt. Wow, he lost a lot of time on that.
Yeah,
That's
I
bad,
mean, he's
man.
almost going to go a lap down with how much time he lost.
Protest incoming. For sure.
So Dickerson is probably, he's going to just beat the time clock back by right now. We're at 14:41, 42, 43. He is going to get there with about 10 seconds to spare, maybe like 7 seconds to spare, more like it. Over the line
He could
at
stop and wait for it, but I think that'd just be taunting everyone.
14:51. Yeah, he definitely could have stopped and waited. He has a massive lead on Richards.
Look at this outside, my God! Off the track, mind you, but absolutely railed it.
I'm going to watch from Eagland's perspective as he's all over Richards here. I want to see them go through the sand as you're mentioning.
Richards has been, yeah, they've been going to the inside. They haven't picked up on that outside yet.
Carter has also made pretty good progress through the field here. Has a real chance at a podium still.
For sure, with the pressure that Jonathan Hughes is applying to
No
Colby
kidding.
Eagland here.
Jeez. I thought he was a position at first.
It's the versus PC one to watch, man. He's trying to get some screen time. Oh, slides out. is up finally.
White flag gonna be waving this time by. Oh my goodness, Dickerson 24-second lead right now. From the LCQ to the win here, getting that refuse to lose bonus. White flag is out. Keep an eye on Dickerson out front. And he has been outstanding this year. And gonna stamp another ticket into the record books here. Even getting out of shape in the whoops,
Whoa!
it doesn't matter. He is so far on front, it's incredible. The 250 East-West Showdown goes to Isaiah Dickerson in Atlanta. Richards looks like he is gonna hold on for second if he can keep Eagland at bay here. Final couple corners.
Who's behind Eagland? Is that a lapper position?
Yeah, Zoe
Oh, yeah, that's a
Cross.
lapper.
Zoe Cross putting the pressure on Eagland.
Eagland cannot get a break these last few laps.
Braden
She's
Carter
The
constantly-
last
hoping
6
for a
laps, I've
mistake.
seen him just get ran down by lappers trying to paddle.
Richards second, Eagland third, Carter comes across fourth. Leitzel gonna round out the top 5, so a good salvage ride again out of the LCQ, just like Dickerson. Devin
I
Ryan.
feel like that whole top 5 switched spots with everyone from like 5th to 10th.
Yeah, Eagland out of the LCQ as well. So Devin Ryan comes across there in 6th, 7th for Tyler Lang. Looks like Daniel Mills has 8th, pretty well locked up. 9th for Josh Williams. And yeah, Massar got lapped.
Wow.
He was battling for second 4 laps ago and got
Yeah.
lapped. That's sad. Whoever those lappers were, that was sad.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's horrible.
Dickerson did have a half a lap on second place.
But
as well.
still, like, yeah.
But yeah, no, it was it. Those lappers got the best of.
Ooh,
Logan Leitzel got Craig Richards.
Eagland.
Eagland.
Oh yeah, Eagland.
And then, yeah, Carter behind that. Leitzel. Let's see, do we have any other changes? Top 10 stayed the same. Further back, looks like it all stayed the same throughout the rest of the field. So it's only that swap on the podium as Eagland goes to the 2 spot, which is actually going to help him championship-wise keep Dickerson within range. Eagland was 11 points down entering the night, so he's going to leave 14 down, but it could have been a lot worse having to go through that LCQ. Same for Dickerson. Whew. So, our top 5 was East, East, West, West, East.
It doesn't matter what coast they're on. huh?
Oh, I thought you said Weast.
The West
East.
Coast?
This was a West Coast race.
hmm
Nate, you missed it earlier. Somebody had a microwave going off in the background, and we just had to pretend one of us was Todd and did the taquito drop.
I heard it.
Did
So
you?
Tina's pizza rolls getting ready in the microwave oven right now. I'd like to draw your attention to chat where Tyler Schmidt claiming that he's going to hole shot this main event from the outside.
Ooh, MX Prodigy 17, also known as Snooky. Try to get that hole shot.
Oh, now he's claiming that he's going to hole shot and die. Is that in the first rhythm lane, or
Hole
is
shot
that a little
and
later in the
die.
lap?
Well, he has to cross
Do you wanna
the
sniff
white
it?
line first. He can't just bombard in from the outside and not actually make it to the corner first. He's,
All right, he's going to make it through the first corner, and then cartwheel trying to step on. I don't know why you'd step on in the first rhythm lane. I haven't seen anyone do that all night. So, hey, however you want to crash, man, it's up to you.
So, Colin, did you ever get that refreshment from Shack Attack?
No, because nobody donated $10.
What, man? You got all them subs. That's got to count for $10.
Well, it hasn't equated to it since. He did the
Yes.
sub wall, and then I had 4 donations after that. So yeah, I guess that would be $20. But
Yeah, that's 2
yeah,
beers.
you know what?
Who is not following up?
Shack.
is what
Technically
you're saying.
speaking, he said donations though. A sub is different.
So
Do
I
I
just
have to donate?
what do I
to
donate
get
to?
you a drink?
Well,
right
he's
now?
not even here. He's not gonna do it now.
Shaq,
Come on, guy.
can you just go to the fridge and get your own beer?
I know that for a fact the front door is unlocked because Hannah didn't lock it when she left, so he could easily walk in.
Oh, You're saying I can come to your house right now and come in, huh?
Yeah, you'll definitely make it in time, Nate. I'll see you here, buddy.
I'll see you here at the end of the stream. The end of the 450 main.
Next week.
Here.
All right, 450 main. These guys out here on their parade lap. Nobody wearing jackets. It is plenty warm enough here inside of the MX Simulator Stadium.
Wouldn't be the first time I showed up in your living room unexpectedly.
That is true. You did show up in my living room unexpectedly once.
Gee, it's aggressive, Nate. Really wanted a piece of Kellen, huh?
Yeah.
Laying on the couch?
His
Painting
wife
like one of
helped.
your French girls.
What'd I miss?
No, Jack is back.
You bring him a
established-
beer, it didn't
Yeah,
happen
we-
yet. You gotta go
We
to
established that he's had $20 worth of donations since he said that, and he hasn't had any beers.
Has he?
Well, I've
Yes.
had Twitch Prime subscriptions. It's not the same thing as donations.
Dude, there's been way
I mean,
more
I'll drink
Don's
one if
Prime.
you bring it to me, but I'm not drinking two right now.
Alright, you just slam one for the start of this 450 main.
Well, I don't think he'll make it up here in time. The main's about to
Go,
restart.
Shaq, now!
Run.
Run!
No.
He's a big talker, man. I'll tell you.
It's a long warm-up lap, boys.
Yeah, man.
We getting picks going?
Is this
It's
the
a long
race?
hike up to his place, man. My old man legs get tired.
Here we go. Look at 31 going on 86 here.
Are we getting picks? Is that what you said, Chase?
Yeah, we getting some picks going or what?
Alright, I'm picking Sabrina Ritzler for the main event win.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
I'm a big
main event
fan.
win.
What?
I'm going Alexis.
Man, you still... I was going to say pissed off Leclerc is usually the fastest Leclerc.
100%.
There's been a
I'm
lot
going
of...
Going with my East Coast boy, Jeremy Smith.
So that's just what you were trying to do last week, Chase, is motivate him to get a win?
100%. He needs to get back out there on top.
I'm
Quite
going to
a team
go...
player you are.
Just to be different, I'm going to go Adam Holm for the win.
Oh, Adam Home, nice.
And yes, restored 420 in chat. Kyle Lewis definitely did get the whole shot. He always got the whole shot.
yes, he did.
Kyle Lewis, huh?
Only guy in the
Triple
field on a
X.
450, and it was probably not a 450.
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
It's a big bore.
Nate!
I want taquitos.
Where's the
Yeah.
drop, Nate? Nate! Hit it!
Oh, it's a far way away.
Waiting on that drop, Nate.
12 seconds later.
Trying to find her guy. I'm sorry.
Just waiting on an 8.
Hey, your taquitos are done.
I need to build you a better soundboard app, Nate.
There's just so many of them. I mean, if you search by, like, letter, it might be easier. But
There is a gangbang going on the start straight right now.
I just
Oh,
saw
man, that is aggressive.
It's getting hot and heavy.
Leclerc was even getting on it, and you know Leclerc is the most like
Leclerc does not
hang out and do
participate in
gangbangs type of guy.
Yeah. He's got laps to turn,
Scooty
man.
threw
He
out
can't
the
be doing-
whitey
Yeah,
emoji.
Scooty Pro dropping the cream in chat right now.
Wow.
What is happening right now? Look at all these guys.
Some serious twerk team action going on right now.
Look
All
at
right,
all.
this is-
Oh
this is not a
no!
triple crown. There are no gangbangs.
Alden Baker's secret warm-up.
All right, Nate. People are saying you got a clip where I just said that and use it as a drop now. People are saying that.
There's a drug ring in MX Sports. No, there's a gangbang on the start straight.
All right, we're watching Tyler Schmidt. It's time for the main event from Atlanta. Does he get it from the outside? Let's find out. It's a good start. Wheeling down the start straight. He's trying to get it. He's got to stop and turn.
Oh, turn
I think it was Holm.
home.
Holm gets the
Wow.
whole shot, and Tyler is
And here
going
comes the
down.
yard sale.
Guess what? Alexis Leclerc dead last.
Wow, Leclerc dead last. Holm whole shot and early lead.
Ring inside of MX Sports.
And it's Holm going away from Smith right now.
Oh, there's guys everywhere.
It is a dreamland for Chase
Leclerc
Blakely
down.
right now.
Got Davis and P4.
There are so many drops to be used. Yeah, Davis has had a really strong night.
Schmidt in P5.
Could Devin
Six.
Davis land on the podium tonight with a good start? Been riding well.
I think you need to relax a little bit.
Okay, well then, moving on.
Just kidding.
We got Jack Haley
Speed.
mixed
If he
in
does,
here.
I'll be blown away.
All right, so here is the number 1 and the number 2, Fresquez and Leclerc. Leclerc
Just ahead of Leclerc, Sabrina Ritzler with that big dick energy, riding 9th place right now.
Leclerc sent it down on Fresquez. And they're still battling. Look at Leclerc going down the
Fresquez up
inside
the
of
inside of
Ritzler.
Oh!
Siebel with the Adam Enticknap style takeout. Ritzler
That was
somehow
insane.
stayed up though.
Fresquez was the
Did
meat
take
in that
too long.
sandwich.
So Siebel trying to run down Leclerc.
This is really the battle we've been waiting for all year, Seabolt and Leclerc.
Jay Smith to the lead.
Jeremy Smith to the front. Smith also trying to pick up his first win of the season.
I called it.
Hey, well, I called Adam Holm. He's not out of this thing yet.
Was he a points leader at one point?
Yeah, he did have
Yes.
the red plate. Last week, I think, even, he had the red plate.
Homer Smith.
Smith.
Smith. Holm has been terrible this year.
Smith is only 4 points off the lead from Haley in the championship.
Wow.
Once he gets up front, though,
Well, we've talked about it several times before. How many times Smith has been in this title fight and something has happened, either, you know, real life riding and training getting in the way. He broke his wrist in Supercross one year in real life and missed a round and then raced one-handed at Daytona. That took him out of the championship hunt in sim. This year,
He was upset about missing that race on sim because of broken wrist.
this year, not as much real life Supercross going on for Smith. Putting a little more effort in his sim, perhaps. Still hasn't got a
Yes.
win. Kind of the Ken Roxon of the series. Only 4 points out of the lead, but no wins yet.
stretching out that lead just a little bit.
Not a comparison I'd be upset with being made about me.
Well, he does have one of Roxon's numbers.
What's that, 9?
9.
It's perfect for Kenny, too.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be Kenny's response to
4.
Brian. 9!
Leclerc into 4th. Quads past Devin Davis.
And Haley ahead of him. So as we run
49.
currently, Smith would take the win and the points lead away from Haley by 1 point.
I believe this is the most Hondas we've seen at the front of the pack as well this year.
Leclerc, for what it's worth, also entered the evening 23 points back of Jack Haley, so he's got to try to start clawing points back away from Haley in this championship hunt.
It's the Marvin Muskin of this championship, huh?
Is he jumping through the whoops yet?
Is he coming in with an injury?
I think
this is
Haley's
the best year for Smith. I think he looks amazing.
Haley's kind of been the Cooper Webb, really. Oh boy, it's almost jumping on the back of Caden Speck, though.
It's a total web move.
Alexis from down on the start to P4. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm telling you, man, I think Leclerc is feeling it tonight in Atlanta. He
Gotta
wants
be
that
jerking
first
my
win of the
chain.
season.
Still got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch up to these leaders.
7.5 seconds.
Smith's slowly
Quarter
yanking
way
out
through
that
the
gap.
ring here.
I think this battle for third is the one really developing here. Leclerc is
Uh-huh.
starting to
This is the
chew
one we
away
want-
at Jack Haley.
Oh. I just hope we get to see another battle between Leclerc and Holm.
Ooh, I just saw Haley do like a tire tap triple line there. That was kind of interesting.
For real?
Yeah, like he tripled out of the rhythm, but he didn't like do the pop double into it. He just kind of stayed low the whole way. Didn't quite get a look at what he did, but definitely didn't lose any time on Leclerc.
I think he hit the side of that split section. Like in
Sand
the
section
center.
riding completely different here in this main event, by the way, boys. No one railing the outside. They're all opting to go to the inside.
Big pile up after the finish.
I'll tell you one thing Leclerc seems to be doing that I haven't seen Haley yet do is after the Supercross triple, Leclerc is kind of like
Just about to say that.
trying to triple but not, and like using the third jump as like a whoop instead of jumping into the pocket and then jumping into the corner like Haley is. It looks like it's saving him a little bit of time.
He's getting like perfectly on top of the knuckle to where he bounces like straight off into the corner.
Right.
Your run through the whoops definitely saved him a little bit of time.
Couldn't have second that last lap.
Yeah, 49.6. That's qualifying lap times he's putting down at this point. And they're not too far off of our leaders right now.
And on tracks like these, those tight little, like this, what he's about to do right here, little things like that are what you need to be able to do if you're trying to make up time on these tracks because they're being so one line.
Right.
They gotta find quick
Cutting
things like
down
that during
on
the
berms
race
and
just to
stuff.
get the actual second.
Both these guys going for the quad. Haley a little short into the top blocks, going into the Steve Mathis Memorial
Stuck in
nets.
the mail.
He is stuck in the
Leclerc with a slide
Davalos.
out the next corner.
And actually, Siebel got through for fourth, so all of our championship contenders are right here at the sharp end of the field, essentially. Smith, second in points, leads. Holm, fifth in points, second. Leclerc, fourth in points, is third. Siebel, second in points. Or, I'm sorry, third in points is fourth. And your points leader is in fifth, so it's kind of a little bit backwards here, despite Smith leading. It's all championship contenders out front, though. This is going to be a battle. Oh, Smith a
down out of the
mistake.
lead.
Holm back to the front. Oh my goodness, this is going to tighten up too, because Holm.
Leclerc starting to fall apart in third.
I saw that little mistake.
Off the track again. Messed up at the end of the whoops last lap.
Battle for the lead is on in
close.
Atlanta. Almost 8
Smith
minutes
just-
in.
He just looks so confident.
Inside versus outside.
About the same.
Outside
Maybe
hasn't
Holm.
developed yet here in this main event. No one's been using it.
Go back on board with Smith here. Yeah, those guys look like they're just kind of getting into the pocket a little bit more than Leclerc is. He's kind of just perfectly whooping out that jump, as you said, Chase.
I don't understand how he does it, but that's like the thing that he needs to do to catch people.
I'm
Not even sure what you call that move.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was close. But I was noticing that neither of those guys in that rhythm lane are doing the double quad, which Leclerc and Haley both were at least doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smith opting for that outside line, triple double into the corner. Ooh, Smith's just got railed on by 143. I don't know who that is. Back through the field doing some investigative journalism. It's going to be Benny Landry railing the outside of that sand corner around Smith.
Man, Smith just like doing a little bit too much, it seems like, kind of making small bobbles here and there, trying to keep it close. Battle for third is on, though. Haley putting the pressure back on Leclerc.
May I say we have a Tyson for a squeeze in the top 10,
That's sick.
P7.
Yeah, and he's been clawing his way forward, actually. This battle for third is a really good one between two of perhaps the best riders in the game at this moment. And Haley just trying to pick a place maybe to put it in on Leclerc here. We have a change for the lead, by the way. Smith has gone to the
Smith.
front. So something happened. I think Holm made a little bobble because the gap isn't close unless Smith parked him somewhere. So Holm trying to keep it close. Here's Leclerc for the quad, and he's down. So Haley goes through. Does Siebold know he's down? Yes, he does. So he's going to slide on through. Oh, Leclerc gets up, and Benny Landry, I believe that was, yeah. Now Leclerc
Why
with
is he
the
still trying
Alessi
to
line.
pass him?
Yeah, Landry a lap down. Got to move out of the way here. Matthias Janis, meanwhile, is trying to close in.
Tyus Janis, shout out to that fool. LCQ to the main.
Yeah,
and 6th.
trying to take a page from the old book that Isaiah Dickerson wrote in that 250 main, using the experience gained in the LCQ to go a little bit quicker here in these main events. Trying to keep the pressure on Leclerc, but for the time being, drifting back just a bit. Here's Tyson Fresquez, who we've talked about a few times this evening, running P7. Good to see the number 2 back in action, the 4-time champ. Feel like if he could have gotten a start, man, his speed looks pretty good. He might be right in the mix there.
Matthias Janis got Leclerc.
Yeah, Nate just said Leclerc down again, and he's getting shifty in the whoops. Leclerc.
This is time of the race.
You know what? It really is like 10 minutes and beyond. Leclerc just turns into a different rider. I'm not sure why. I didn't think it had anything to do with the erode, but now
I can say tonight, no doubt, it's the erode.
Yeah,
He's tried that quad twice now.
Yeah, you cannot figure it out. You can't piece it together. Watching through the sand, he struggles bad.
Is he trying too
inside,
hard?
Outside. Just not able to adapt like he needs to.
I think his setup's too loose for it.
Yeah, that's very true, right?
So that's 3 corners so far where he has pulled out and moved out of the main line. Oh, there's another one.
Gets the quad. Yeah, you're right. I think he's looking for smooth racetrack at this point. He closed up on Janis quite a bit that lap, though.
That was 5 corners in a row moving out of the main line. That might be something to do with it.
And just plows Matthias Janis. Janis is
that leg,
unsuspecting
bro?
victim there.
Yeah.
So now he's going to try to track down Adam Holm, who it appears has gone down. He was with that lead group, and now he's out of it a ways. Seabolt, Haley, and Smith all alone out front.
Oh, never mind. That was Lapper.
No real battling going on out front. Perhaps the closest one, Leclerc and Holm tightening up, but that's not really that close yet. Janis. How about Fresquez? Fresquez kind of creeping up on Janis now. So could he squeeze into the top 5 before the end of this thing? We still have about 7 minutes and a lap to go here. And this is not over by any stretch of the imagination for any of our front runners. Behind that, we got Cohenauer battling it out with Jeremy Shipley. Dade Honeywell also right here in the mix. So these 3 riders having a dispute. Different line, kind of everybody took a different line through that sand section.
Whoever said he rode with Alexis is definitely spot on.
Tonight it is. I can't say for sure it happened in the past. But yeah, he's definitely cutting down early, avoiding any ruts.
It's every corner. I've watched it for a lap. It's every corner besides the sand.
It is every corner. Yeah, well, he just figured that out finally. There's a lap.
Ooh, Matthias Janis just threw dirty on the finish line.
Like he knows exactly how far he can push on the smooth track on every corner and what line to take, and then once it changes up a little bit, he just struggles. He can't back it down that little bit to adapt, find a new line, and he just pushes hard through those new forming lines. That was nice little whoop action, huh?
Whoa, what's happening? What just happened?
It looped out and couldn't grab traction on the front wheel again.
Yeah, but it looked like it dragged him all the way across the track.
It drug him on his shoulder.
Like as if someone was invis dragging him. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Pulled, hits the back of Fresquez, goes down. That was just foolish.
So Fresquez now finds himself in 6th. He's not too far off of Janis, looking to squeak into the top 5 if he can.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Little top 5 for Tyson.
That would be biddies.
Do we
know? Buttery 14 throwing down 800 bits in chat. Thanks, buddy.
Right on cue.
Mark saying that would be biddies, and that literally dropped on cue.
Do we know when the last time Tyson got a top 5?
Well, he was the champion in 2017.
Let's see, probably the last time he finished inside the top 5.
17? Okay.
I would say last round in 17. I don't remember him racing much in 18.
Just curious.
Man, how about it though? Jeremy Smith, speaking of been a long time, we haven't seen Smith on the top step of the podium in a long time in the 450 division. I don't believe he won a main event last year. I think he won at least one in 17.
Siebold starting to struggle to time some of the rhythms. This is allowing Adam Holm to close up on him.
Well, we also saw Siebold, as I was mentioning those bits dropped in chat by Buttery 14. Siebold lost the front end in that exact corner he just went through, and lost some time in the process.
Watching him just whoop through this rhythm section. Like, what the hell's going on with that, man? Whoa, right it out in front of him. Oh, what a save, whoever that was. Hats off.
Siebold's not usually a guy to do that. I mean, he is probably the gnarliest road rider for Supercross I think I've seen ever.
Well, Holm is running him down now, and Holm maybe in his element because he's an outdoor guy, and this track's starting to get deep.
Can't get into some of these ruts.
This is
He just
struggling
bounced
through
through
here
that one
again?
too.
Yeah.
So Holm putting the pressure on Siebold. Holm trying to get up on the podium. I believe it'd be his first podium of the season, if you can believe that, despite being 5th in the points. Ooh, mistake though is going to cost him some time as he goes off the track there. Doesn't really affect him too bad, but just a little bit.
Siebold made just about the same mistake just in front of him.
Then we got Janis, Fresquez, Leclerc. Leclerc's still going for the quad. Ruts and all, he is still sending it. Now getting out of the main line and the whoops going down far right side. So he's closing up on Fresquez, trying to get back into 6th. Salvage any championship points that he can. At this point, he'll be more than one full race distance down of our championship leaders after this one.
Fresquez still
This
going
battle
to
for
work on
5th.
Janis as well.
Might get good.
Yeah, Fresquez trying to get into the top 5. Leclerc trying to just get some points back. And Janis.
If this line
Oh!
Short.
Leclerc gets Fresquez after Fresquez comes up short on the triple. Now can he set sail after Janis here?
Opposite lines in the split lane.
Yeah, Leclerc
Tyson screws up there.
looking for a different line, going down the far right towards the middle of the whoops again. God, he's fast in those whoops. Got Zach Prokop, I believe, in the mix here. Reed Young on the 30.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh, Leclerc!
Oh, and he's going to collect Fresquez.
And Leclerc gets up still ahead of Fresquez, and that battle between them continues, but they have lost touch with Janis at this point. Further back, Cohenauer, Honeywell, Fjellberg sneaking up here on the 3.
Oh, Alexis takes Tyson down.
Man.
Oh, and Janis is down on the triple as well.
So is Leclerc going to
Get
get
up.
Janis?
No, he's going
Not
to check up
quite.
and wait for him.
But the battle is on. This is for 5th.
Up at the front of the pack, Jack Haley is starting to make a late race charge towards Jeremy Smith.
So we say that Smith is actually lapping Tyson Fresquez. He's got the blue bar right now, lapping up to 7th place.
Man, all these guys are putting in the motos.
Haley to the lead. Smith down, exiting the whoops.
Oh, Smith has coughed up the lead late here, and there's only 2 laps left to go. Can you believe it? Jeremy Smith, I mean, he seriously is Ken Roxon at this point. He has been so close to winning these races and has found every way he can to not win them.
This battle for 5th's getting good.
Oof. Oh,
There it
Leclerc
goes.
tucks the front end. So Fresquez trying to keep it close. And actually, Cohenauer isn't that far off of Fresquez at this point. Fresquez can't afford another fall-off crash.
Leclerc down on the quad.
Oh, yeah, so Fresquez gets around Leclerc. Now Cohenauer trying to creep in. Meanwhile, Haley, your race leader, is about to take the white flag. He's actually right behind
Gonna
Alexis
lap
Leclerc.
Yeah.
So Leclerc's going to have to concede to the blue flag here.
Oh, there's not a
He's
chance
not
he
gonna
does
move.
that.
Yeah, definitely not
There's no
doing
way
that.
he's
He is
gonna move.
ripping this corner to bits here.
I predict he will crash trying to fend off this blue flag.
Well, he's trying to get
Matthias
Janice.
right there.
Yeah, Janice is right in front of him. Oh, look
Oh,
at
here it
inside
goes.
move.
Inside.
Sends it. Oh, Janice.
checks up.
Janice with the checkup. That looked a little bit like somebody I know that's in our Discord right now last week. Oh, Leclerc loses the front end.
Wow. Gets lapped.
And then gets front end lock and yeah, has gone a lap down. So meanwhile,
It's going to cost them.
Haley gonna
Another
take the
position.
win here.
yeah, Haley's got to just kind of avoid the chaos going on around
Boys,
him.
it's going to happen.
Here it
Don't
is.
say it.
Jack Haley down to the finish line. Your winner in Atlanta, the number 57 of Jack Haley over the line with a front flip for style. Smith is down in the whoops. I think he still has second locked up though.
Laps up to 7th place.
Tyson top 5 possibly. if he
Yeah,
holds
don't
together?
you say it. Don't you dare say it till he crosses the line, Chase.
Smith.
I'm hoping he keeps it up. 'cause I wanna see
Did
it.
Ah!
Oh
Fresquez
my
is fifth. He's got to hold off Janice.
Come on.
It's not that he's going to race. He just needs to stay upright and avoid lapper idiots. Come on,
Can
babe.
Tyson get back inside of the top
Come on,
5?
babe.
It's like looking at Chad Reed out here, the old man trying to do it.
100%.
Yeah,
Fresquez coming
There
to
it
the
is.
line and top 5 tonight for Tyson
That's
Fresquez. Just fends
Congrats.
off Janice.
Hell yeah.
And cuts are in. So actually our top 4 in the race are 1, 2, 3, 5 in points. And I think Holm is going to start really closing up on Leclerc now with these races going in his favor. Leclerc in 8th tonight. The win for Haley. And Smith, again, just missing out on winning one of these things. But still, second in the championship, leaving here. Now will be 7 points back of Haley, who extends his championship lead with another victory here in Atlanta. And the halfway point of the season has come and gone. 8 rounds left of Race Factor Gaming SX. And plenty more action where that came from. Final thoughts tonight, boys? You have anything to say?
That was a wild million for sure.
I just want to talk about Tyson Fresquez and that great top 5 performance
So-
that we just all
so
bore witness to.
Riddle me this. Think about the great racing we just saw in the 250 class. What if the entire series was changed just to have a 17 round 250 class
East-West
and a 450?
shootout.
Yeah, but
I
you'd
think
lose,
that'd
a
be
lot,
awesome.
you'd lose a lot of the teams.
There'd be a lot of people on jobs.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Did you say fortunately?
It'd
I
be
said
an,
unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
screw
what,
Cantrell. No job for Cantrell.
It's essentially 20 less riders.
I do like it as a building block. I think it's worth the hassle. And it is fun.
What do you
Get the
think
added
of,
excitement of adding them together every now and then, you know?
What do you think of replacing the Triple Crowns with shootouts?
I think one of the
Yeah.
shootouts should be a Triple Crown.
So I'll have
Agreed.
two,
Oh my God.
two shootouts, 2 Triple Crowns every
No,
year?
I think 3 total Triple Crowns, 2 shootouts, 1 is a Triple Crown. So that way that you have both coasts doing 2 Triple
Sweet.
Crowns each.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like that.
All right.
what,
Well-
top 10 will qualify? Each coast?
I don't know. They would probably do some sort of individual qualifying sessions. Yeah, maybe top 11 from each to make 22 rider field. Anyway,
Jeez, top 11 in qualifying? That's nutty.
this has been the Atlanta SX in MX Simulator Race Factor Gaming. SX coming to a close here tonight. Want to give a big shout out, of course, to MotoOption Clothing, of course, and Race Tech Suspension, MXS Lobby, MV Films, Reed Meta, Ride365.com, TM Factory Racing, Justin, MXS Lobby, FamMX versus PC. Anybody I forgot, Tagger Designs, everybody that helps out with this series. You guys are all super awesome and can't thank you guys enough for showing up for another night of fun racing here on SYS TV. So for Kellen Brower, Chase Blakely, Mark Zeidler, Nathan Zaworski, and Brian Haskell, we're going to say so long here from Atlanta, and we'll see you next week at Daytona.
So long.
Later.
Daytona.
This interview is over.